Is
Okay. Okay, I think I am live on both platforms, and it seems to be working. Hello, mishaps. If you can hear me, please let me know. I'm just keeping a very close eye on my system at the moment to make sure it can handle all this. We're not using any memory at all right now, but we are at 25% CPU utilization, which I guess is okay. Hayden with the first. The bot hasn't triggered off that, which is interesting. Hayden, can you hear me okay? I wonder why the first didn't trigger. That's weird. Is the bot maybe going to be weird? Oh, the bot can see you there. T-Rem coming in with the first as well. I did change the bot. That might be broken. Okay, you can hear me on YouTube, you can hear me on Twitch. Well, that's a good start. Now, there's no way for me to switch to the game without you seeing my desktop. It's actually impossible. But let's try and switch to the game, okay? So you're going to see my desktop for a second. That's just how it has to be. I may have broken the bot. That's fine. If someone could try redeeming like a hello or something on both Twitch and YouTube while I do this, that would be great. Okay, you should all now see Mechanicus. Nope, if I click on that, you won't. You should all now see Mechanicus. Might take a second. Okay, that worked on YouTube. I got the wow. Mishaps, I think you're the only person on Twitch right now. Okay, that's working. Excellent. So at the moment, the first isn't working. And I can't see chat on the screen on Twitch, it looks like. But I can see chat on the screen on YouTube. So, I don't know why chat isn't working on the screen on Twitch. If I want to troubleshoot that, hey Toasted, it is working so far, we hope. Hello there, it is working. Yes, hey Toasted Waffles. I need to work out why chat is showing up for YouTube and it isn't showing up for Twitch. You're going to see more of my desktop while I try and work this out. So that is my chat window there. But I can't think. There's no information on my no. I wonder if it's because it's a browser source. Yeah, chat shows up for YouTube, but not for Twitch. Oh, no worries, Miss Ups. I appreciate you checking that out for me. Okay, that's something I can look into. That's something I'm gonna have to look into later. In terms of disasters, chat not showing up on Twitch is very low on my list of problems we could have right now. At the moment, we appear to be streaming. I can see both chats. Oh, thank you, Miss Ups. I can stream to both. Whatchamacallthems. Come on, Frost, get your brain working. I can stream to both platforms, and it seems to be working. That's excellent. Chat not showing on Twitch actually is good, because it means I'm within terms of service. I just can't mention any other streaming platforms. Okay, so I'm just going to let this run for a couple of minutes and just make sure that it stays working before we jump into anything crazy. I think that's the next kind of thing to look into. I think I know why chat doesn't show up. It's not the end of the world that doesn't show up. Oh, thank you, Karthikuda. Thanks for the drive-by resub. I really appreciate it. And now we have a hype train going because Toast is also resub. Well, thank you both very, very much. It's very kind of you for resubbing on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I extremely appreciate that. I hope you have a good day at work. Oh, I just clicked on a thing. So that's one problem. So what I found is I can't use the game capture if I'm running two different OBS instances, because what happens is one of them grabs the game and the other one doesn't get anything. So instead I have to mirror my desktop. But some games that's fine. If I click outside the window in Mechanicus, it minimizes Mechanicus. So that's just a thing I need to be aware of. If at any point I want to mute my microphone or I want to change the scene, I'm going to flash my desktop at you. So I need to make sure there's nothing on there that I don't want you seeing. Okay. I want to try and get pretty far in this today. I'm not going to properly kick off until 11, which is when the stream is supposed to start. But I want to remind myself what everyone is set up for. So we've got 1,000 mega cash right now. So Trog is level 13, Crash Test is level 13, Toasted Waffles is 13, Mishaps is 15, Magos GPVR 86 is 12. So out of everyone, GPVR 86 is definitely up for a level up first before anyone else, because they're the lowest level. We could do maybe 3 level ups here, 3, 6, 9, but we do 2 level ups safely. So what are they looking at right now? They completed the Engineer path to get the full heal, which is nuts. And it looks like I put some points into Tech Auxilium, Lex Mechanic. Does it stop minimize mechanics due to borderless window? There's no option for borderless window that I saw. Let me just have a quick look. There's just a full screen option. There's no borderless window option. I had to look for that. It might be just get away with the problem. Yeah. I really see there's no reactive modding study for this game. See, the class ability is more diverse and interesting. I get what you say there, Priest of Mark. I hope that there's maybe something for Mechanicus 2. Because Mechanicus 2 is looking really good. So my hope is that Mechanicus 2 may change that. But yeah, I think just with engine-wise and how it was built, it's not particularly moddable. But thanks for letting. Like I agree with you. It'd be cool if you could do something with more, with more units or something. So we've got Explorator, we've got Secutor for the troop bonus. I need to remember that they've actually I haven't got these. These are available. That's right. We do have Cognitive Freedom. We do have Enhanced Analytics. I'm tempted to grab Zealous Metals for everybody, just for that slight tick. Like getting Enhanced Weapons and getting Zealous Metals. These are 2 great. Like all of these are great 1-point abilities. I'm not really too worried about digging a little bit further, but getting longer range for GPVR 86 will help them out a lot. So I am going to grab the +4 range for ranged weapons on them. Okay, so that's them up to rank 13. And they've got 1 more augment slot available. So we could put maybe a 2 augment gun in their hand. At the moment they're using the Gauss Gamma pistol. I wish I had a Gauss rifle. That would actually go quite nicely in there. We could give them the arc rifle. They've currently got a Phosphor Blast pistol. Where is the We could give them an arc rifle. The nice thing about the Gauss is it ignores armor. That's why I really like it. And then the Phosphor is just a free shot. The other option is they're currently using the better power axe. We do have we've got the Omniscient axe, which doesn't require. There's just so many. It's such an interesting game in that there's so many like nice side upgrades, but nothing like. I think I maybe put the Phosphor Serpenta on GP Variety 6. Give them a long range option with that pistol. Who else do we want to level up? Trog is our latest. They are Lex Mechanic, so they've got the overcharged cognition. I might just get them. Oh, they've actually got enhanced weapons and zealous metals already. I'm actually going to just go through the list and make sure everyone has those upgrades. So next up, we've got Crash Test. Crash Test doesn't have zealous metals. Let's grab zealous metals on Crash Test for that +1 HP gain every turn. Now, Crash Test, I don't know what to do with the extra augment slot. I mean, we could give them a level 2 energy enhancer, but that would mean it would cost 1 cog to use, whereas these are free. And I really like the fact that they're free. Crash Test is pretty optimized. I don't really think there's much else we can do. Okay, let's have a look at missions and we'll decide what we're going to do, and then we'll start it like at 11. So we have the Scaevola has 4 for us at the moment. We've been ignoring Scav's missions for a while. There's nothing here I'm particularly excited about. Obviously, I would like the increased cognition gauge. Oh, the hype train ended. Awesome. We've got a biohazard mission here, which will get us the Plasma Caliver, which is a lighter version of the massive gun that Crash Test is currently carrying. Will also get us a Sanctus canister, which is just like a little buff unit. And then there's Upon the Threshold, which is for the new sector. Techo's Scaevola is a Zenerite. It's just putting it out there that they're a Zenerite. Okay, I thought Zenerites were actually heretics, but there it is, just in the open. Tech Acquisitor Scaevola is a Zenerite, a faction that believes in using the weapons of the alien foe against them. She wants to access the library of Melob, which first requires examination of a Tesseract lock to find out how to open the lock sealing the library. So this is just a hard mission that will get us 136 Blackstone. I feel like this might be a story mission for Scaevola. Then we've got Videx. Videx is offering us the Zenerite Volcate Blaster. We've also got the Eradication Ray, upgraded Curatio Claw. Halo First, I've been watching a stream from 20 hours Christmas Ministry. I've never heard of this game before. When you get a free minute, if you can give a small rundown, upgrade. This game that we're playing right now, or Captain of Industry? Master of Blades. Absolute Power gets us Skitaria Ranger level 3. The Psycho must be discontinued. And also the Omnispec. So nothing super expensive here. This one right now. So this is a turn-based strategy game set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. We are playing as a faction called the Mechanicus, which are they're actually crazily technologically advanced faction who have turned the use of machines into a religious cult, and they heavily augment their bodies with equipment. So your units in this game, if I show you very quickly, are heavily augmented with add-ons that give them different capabilities in battle. So you basically plug in all of these different augmentations to them, and they get to do different stuff. And we're currently trying to stop an alien race on this planet from we're actually trying to just plunder them from as much information as we can before they wake up and kill us all. So we do have level 3 Skitari Vanguard here in the War Games place. Praise the Toaster. Yes, Hayden. What else we got? An heavy metal mission. This is not that exciting. I guess it's a noise reductor. We've got the Lord Astronomer. So this is a boss. I think we could take this on. There's another boss here, which gets us a heavy arc rifle. And then there's this is the end of the game. This Twilight of the Gods, I'm pretty sure, is the last mission of the game. Hey, welcome back, Mishaps. Hey, Mishaps, check this out. If I select this mission here for Scaevola, it just says, Tech Acquisitor Scaevola is a Zenerite. Just there, in the open, like, not even hiding it. So, confirm Scaevola is a Zenerite. I was honestly certain that that was a secret. Religious School of Cyborgs currently looting at ancient Egyptian planets, yes. So, I'm not going to do Twilight Gods. I would like to get the Lord Astronomer and the Corrupted King maybe done today. We also have one more Ghost of the Machine mission, as far as I'm aware. I'd like to get this done. And there's also, I think it's very important that we get the 4th seal done as well. These missions, I think, are essential. Xenobiologist Teresis needs further data for his translations and believes they can be found in Vizier Melum's historical records. Retrieving these records from Melum's tomb. Retrieve the records. This will get us a Zenerite axe. and we're up against Cryptex, Necron Immortals, Lich Guards, and Necron Warriors. So I think I'm going to do this mission first. We're obviously going to bring the team. We're going to bring 2 Skitarii Rangers. And I think that's all I really want to bring. If I'm being... Like, I don't really... We'll bring a Servitor as well, because we recently got buffed Servitors. I just thought that... I honestly thought that Xenorites were, like, completely heretical and were disavowed from the Mechanicus, but Skevel is just there being like, yo, I'm a Xenorite. Just feels, I don't know, like a weird reveal to just get in the middle of a mission. Okay, let's deploy. I am on the verge of another breakthrough in translating the Tesseract inscriptions. I am sure that with a little more sample data, I can crack some of the more difficult passages. One thing to be aware of, Master of Blades, is that the humans in this universe hate alien technology and anything to do with aliens. So using it and investigating it is seen as, like, a really bad thing to do. So we're towing the line with what we're doing at the moment. Analysis of previous interactions suggests you require help in doing this. Forgive my weakness, Magos, but this is not something I can achieve alone. Vizier Melob kept meticulous records of the deeds of the court that rules his dynasty before they began their great slumber. And you need a tech priest mission to retrieve these records for you. As I said, Magos, this is not something I can do alone. Yes, I suppose it's a bit of a fringe faction from which all tech heretics come, but not full-on secret someone. I guess you're right. If you go past being a Xenorite, you are a tech heretic. Let me just quickly check something. I've got a message on Discord, and I want to make sure it's not someone telling me I've been banned from Twitch or something. No, it's from Hooded Horse. What is Hooded Horse saying? Something I don't think I can talk about. No. Okay. The record chamber was scouted by my Skitarii, but they were unable to hold it for long. The Necrons don't like us getting in there. Proof of how viable Melob's histories must be. That's one way of looking at it. I really like Kepra. The Kepra is very just like on the nose of what they need to be doing. That's what I'm looking at it. Another way is that once you get your scribe servitors in that chamber, you have to fight to keep them alive. Then that is what will be done. The Necrons guard their secrets jealously, but that does not mean any hesitation is justified in acquiring them. The 4th seal, deployment number 24. It's not 24th mission. I've never noticed that before. Okay, so we've got something happening room. We've got a shrine room. I might actually just fight, honestly. I might just go straight through the fight room, because that should get us some Blackstone, and go through these 2 rooms here, and then this room here. I'm going to ignore this sigil room. Kepra is a rare admech who values her tin soldiers. Yes, Kepra very much values their soldiers. Melob, vizier to the court, must have been interested in cultures and species beyond his own. The chamber head contains items of evidently non-Necron provenance. These could be valuable or even dangerous. That should have started a vote. Did it start a vote? It did. Cool. I can't fix the thing that's on the screen right now, but that's fine. So vote has begun. Cast your vote. So if you want me to take pick grabs of the things, exclamation mark vote 1. If you want me to purge everything, clearly these are viable to Melob, therefore they should be destroyed, it's exclamation mark vote 2. And if you want me to steal the alien artifacts, it's exclamation mark vote 3, which Mishaps has voted for. Take the items. They will provide the intelligence of Melob and his deeds. This may not work, because the bot wasn't working for first, and I also updated the voting bot. So if the voting bot doesn't work, we're just going to have to cancel doing the votes. I did try and update it so that it would be system agnostic, so it would work for Twitch and it would work for YouTube, but there is a good chance that it's not going to. I can see that we've got 3 votes for vote 3 already. I'm going to try and end the vote to see if this works. No, there's no feedback at all. Okay, so give me 2 seconds, because I'm going to have to very quickly hide the voting message on both Twitch and YouTube, so you're going to see my desktop again. This is still very janky, but I'm getting better. Okay, it didn't even show up on Twitch. Interesting. It only showed up on YouTube. That's fascinating. That's actually really interesting. Okay, so we're going to go for Pilfer. We're just going to use chat for voting for this stream. Okay, that got us 72 Blackstone. Hey Axlove, thank you for voting. The cohort takes all the objects they can carry. They resemble odd abstract carvings, made from a variety of different and often rare materials. Whatever species made them, or even if they're artificial at all, they are of use to the core Mechanicus, melted down in the crucibles, and reused as raw materials. I love that. These are from probably species that have been completely wiped out for thousands of years, hundreds of millennia, and we're just melting them down. Frostbot, God's least reliable stream bot. Look, I'm trying to make... I just didn't have a chance to test the new changes to Frostbot, and it didn't work. It's unfortunate. It's supposed to output to you, depending on which platform you're talking on, but instead of just outputting everything to Twitch, that obviously didn't happen. So I'm not sure how to fix that. Okay, we are in combat. This is just a kill all enemies mission. Let's have a look for... There's a console here. There's 1 console in this mission, so we want to grab this console. That's very high priority. Let's put... mishaps where they could. So we've got an immortal, a warrior, an immortal. There's another console here actually. Can you run 2 inches of the bot? The bot is actually totally fine to run for both platforms, Craig. It's just to do with the output. I just messed up. It's a C# script, and the API for the bot I'm just struggling a little bit with, and I just did a little quick change, and it obviously didn't work. I didn't have a chance to test it, so I'm not too worried. Okay, so we've got 2 immortals, 2 warriors, and 2 consoles. Let's get mishaps over here to try and take on this immortal. Let's get crash test. This is a Lich Guard. They're a little bit of an issue. I'm going to put Crash Test over here. I'm going to put Toasted here. I'm going to put GPVR86 in the middle, and then we're going to put Trog next to them. Okay. We're going to try and push in this direction first, but one of my fast people can run over here. In fact, I might send Toasted down to get this console. Just need to watch out for the Lich Guard. Okay. Mechanicus or go. So the Immortal got first turn, which sucks, because he's just going to AoE us. Oh no, he doesn't have the AoE. Ouch, that was 6 damage on mishaps straight away. Okay, Toasted's up first, getting us 1 cog. Let's use that cog to call in reinforcements. And we're going to call in a ranger. Now, I want to be careful with this ranger because there's an immortal over here. There is obviously the Lich Guard over here. I kind of want to put the ranger up here so they can shoot at this Necron warrior. It may be overexposed there. I might just put it over here with our team, just so it's nice and safe. Then I'm going to give it the servo skull so it gets buffed. And then we're going... Oh, there's a trap here. No, there's a wall. I think the wall's going to activate and deactivate. So we're gonna... Unfortunately, Toasted can't quite make it. Actually, they can. They can scan out to grab a cognition. Hey, Crash, not much. I've just been testing to make sure the stream works. That's all you've missed. And then we're going to run Toasted. Have they got a shot on anyone from here before they move them? No, they don't. Okay, so we're just going to run Toasted to here, where they can grab more cognition next turn. And they'll revamp the cog they just used. There's nothing else I really want them to do this turn. They can't shoot at anybody, so I'm going to end their turn. Okay, it's the Skitaria Ranger next. They've got a shot on the warrior. I'm more than happy with them taking that. Let's disable the warrior's weapon, just in case they actually survive this. And then we'll shoot them. So we're live on Twitch and Crash Test. We're live on Twitch and YouTube for the first time in weeks, Crash Test. Hopefully working, sorry. I shouldn't have said those names. Okay, Mishaps is pairing. Do I want to run Mishaps to get this guy in melee, considering this guy has already started? I think I do. So we're going to run Mishaps to here. And I think we'll just hit him with the axe. Yeah. We're going to run Mishaps to here. That will catch him in close combat, so he's forced to move. I'm going to grab a cognition from here with a servo skull. And then I'm going to hit him with the power axe. He's got 26 health, damn. But that locks him in close combat. Mishaps take a hit. That's fine. I've got no cog points left, so I can't heal. Let's end their turn there. The warrior has no weapon availability, so there's nothing they can do. Right, Trog's up next. Trog has the refractor field generator. They also have the fill the cognition gauge. I think I'm going to use that now. Well, I should use a cognition point before I do that. So let's drop the field generator. Then we're going to fill the cognition gauge. Okay, now I can do lots of special abilities. So let's scan this guy's stats. 3 energy resistance. I'm going to shoot him with the Gauss Gamma pistol. I'm slightly out of range. So I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to shoot him with the Gauss Gamma. I should have used Cognition Freedom before I did that. That was a waste of 2 points. And then we'll shoot this guy with a blast pistol. And that's his stats revealed now. Can't use Cognition Freedom. Can't use this. Can use this to grab that Cognition point. And then you've still got some movement left, so let's move you back out of line of sight of the Immortal. And let's end your turn. Okay, now it's GPVR 86. I'm going to move them to here, same as the other teammate. I'm going to use Cognition Freedom. And we're going to use the Gauss Gamma pistol on this guy. Again, to ignore his armor and just do straight damage. Then we're going to fire the Serpenta on this guy to finish him off. Didn't actually manage to get the kill, which is annoying. I don't really want to run all the way over there. Even though it's only one. It's going to cost me a cognition point to get over there. And there's no cognition points to grab from anywhere. Like, I could kill him. He's got what? 1 hit point. So I could get over there and I could kill him with Infestus Mechadendrite. Take him out of the battle. But it would leave GPFR 86 exposed. I think it's fine. I'm going to put GPFR 86 over here. And then I'm going to Infestus Mechadendrite to do 1 damage for free. And that kills the Necron. And we get our cognition point back. And then I could finish their move and actually put them... There's nowhere I could put them out of line of sight of this Immortal. I could spend another cognition point to put them here, which would put them out of its line of sight. I think I will do that. Using up a lot of cog points here, but that's what we're kind of doing at the moment. Okay, now it's Crash Test, who's going last. Crash Test's only real target is this guy. We obviously need more cognition points to fire either of their guns, but we've got cognition freedom and we can do that this turn. But he does have a lot of energy resistance. He's got 3 energy shields. What's this guy looking at? We don't know what the Lich Guard's got, so let's find out what Lich Guard's stats are. He's got 7 physical resistance and 2 energy resistance. He will also walk... He didn't walk closer because he took damage. Okay. Let's fire up Cognition Freedom. And let's move until we've got him in our line of sight. So if I stand here, we're inside the energy shield. And then I'm going to blow both the enhancers to power up the energy damage. And then we're going to fire the Culverin at this guy, which isn't going to kill him, but it's going to do a lot of damage. That was 10 damage at -1 energy armor. He's going to get a free move now, because that's what he does. And then we're going to move Crash back to here. And we'll end their turn. So this guy's forced to move, which gives Mishaps a free opportunity attack. And he's going to shoot Crash Test, Mishaps. So we're going to get GP Variety 6 to heal Mishaps on their next turn. He's coming in now. I don't think he's got enough movement to do anything. And we've got a Necron Awakening. Okay, we're doing fine. So there was an energy shield. So I'm glad I put people on both sides of it. Right, Toasted's online. We've got free cognition points from standing next to those things. I'm not deploying anybody this turn. He gets to go first, but there's literally nobody he can shoot at. Now it's Toasted Waffles. I'm going to get Toasted Waffles to just take out this so it's done. Because I don't want to worry about it. So there's the Blackstone. And we will also hit it with our axe. For 4 damage. And then we'll shoot it and hopefully kill it without spending any cognition points. Excellent. Now, this guy is here, but I can't move anywhere without spending a cognition point to get a shot on him. I could go here and use Cognition of Freedom to hit him with the Phosphor, which I think I will do. So we'll spend Cognition Freedom to get a free shot, and we'll fire the Serpenta. For 6 damage, nice. And he'll now move towards Toasted, away from the rest of the team. And that's the end of Toasted's turn. I'm just going to put Toasted on this side of the barrier, so they don't get locked out next turn. Okay, now it's the Ranger. Can the Ranger finish this guy off? There's a potential that he could. There's also a chance that he gets shot doing it. But if I move him to here, he should be safe. Let's fire with the Ranger. Didn't kill him. Okay. That's unfortunate. Did it do any damage at all? Okay, he came out of that with 1 life. That's very frustrating. Okay, next up it's Mishaps. Can Mishaps finish this guy this turn? Probably not. Unfortunately. But we will step in. We will... Do I want to bother Curatio Clawing ourselves before we attack? It's only 2 to 4 health. So let's get targets are based on medieval resistance to putting farm terminology. Yeah. I get there's definitely a little bit of a crossover between the Mechanicus ranged weapons and Skaven ranged weapons, especially when you look at the Jezzails, or the Jezzails. I'm definitely fitting that. Okay, I'm going to go in with just the axe here, because this warrior's acting next, then it's Trog, then it's GPVR 86. So as long, and this warrior is dead. So Mishaps can just attack and then get a free heal from GPVR 86. I think that's fine. And he has to move again on his turn, which is another free attack for Mishaps. He's down to 5 hit points. I don't think he's surviving. And most of the turn for a metal clampy bit holding the match for a match lock. So a firearm component, not a type of gun. Gotcha. Always appreciate your knowledge. Okay, Trog is up. Trog can't do anything about the people on the other side of the barrier. We can only shoot at this guy. But this guy has 1 energy. We have a fully charged phosphor blast pistol. We can just shoot him and he should just die. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll just head over to his corpse. And we'll stab him with a mechadendrite to stop him from regenerating. And that's him out of the fight. Hey, Musfika. Yes, I am live. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. And we'll end that turn. I've just started this mission. It's just a basic mission that I'm doing at the moment. Okay, we're gonna do a benediction to heal everybody. So that's a full heal. I've got 2 points left. I could step out, shoot this guy, and then get back into cover. Or I could move to here, actually. Move to here. Mechadendrite the corpse to delete it. And then we need to start doing some damage to this warrior. Now, I only have 2 cognition points left, unfortunately. And everyone's been identified, so there's not much I can do with a servo skull. I could throw down a refractor field generator. But I think I will just shoot the Gauss Gamma pistol at him, using up my last 2 cognition points. Yeah, 5 damage is 5 damage, and then we'll just step back into cover, where he can't get us. Now, Crash is stuck. There's nothing Crash can really do here. So I'm just going to move Crash over here so that next turn they're in position to shoot. This guy has to move. I'm hoping Mishaps kills him. They do. And it's a critical hit, so it instantly melts his body as well. And Argus is more of an early civil long farm in the modern sense when actual trigger is stuck and everything. They were smoothbore and matchlock, but successors to the very simple hand cannons. The name translates to hook gun, since they had a hook post on the bottom to be looped over cattle bastards for easy use and recoil handling. They were late medieval, so 15th and 16th century kind of things. Cool. As for the Skinnus, that's an anti-tank sniper rifle. Okay, this did not go down this turn, which I was expecting it to. Which means that it's just down to Mishaps and GP Variety 6 to deal with this guy who has 12 health left and also deal with this. What Toasted can do, though, is grab this for me to get me another cognition point. And that's really all they can do this turn. I'm going to skip everybody else's turn for now. Mishaps can get into close combat with this Immortal, effectively turning it off for a turn. But I don't want to kill it, because if I kill it, I won't be able to get my hands on the delicious data that's in here. But if I wait, I think I'm gonna spend a lot of cog points here. We're gonna run Mishaps all the way to the console. To get the Blackstone out of it. Nice, it's 117 Blackstone. Then, how much health does the console have? It's 6 health. There is a chance I kill the console with the axe. I kill the console with the axe. Okay. Then we're going to move Mishaps into close combat with the Destroyer, turning off its main weapon. If I put Mishaps here, and I put GBVR 86 here, it literally cannot attack. So we're going to move Mishaps to here, and then we're going to hit it with 2 Mechadendrite attacks for free that will just do damage to it. Well, that will hurt Mishaps, but we'll get GPVR 86 to heal them. Oh, we can just get Mishaps to heal themselves, actually. No, we'll get GPVR 86 to do it. And then the last thing I'll do is I will use Mishaps' Servo Skull to grab the last cognition point from here. And then we'll end the turn. There's nothing that Trog can do. GPVR 86 is up. This guy has 9 HP left. So if we shoot him with the Gauss Gamma pistol for 4 to 6, and then hit him with the axe, we should be able to kill him. The big problem is that I need to repair Mishaps, which will cost me 1 cognition point. Actually, we don't need to repair this turn, now that I think about it. The Jizzle was a kind of Middle Eastern combat rifle, typically matchlock used in the Napoleonic era. They were functionally similar to American hunting rifle used in the Revolution over here, but unlike those that were meant for combat, they were really more powerful and higher caliber than their American equivalents. Same kind of use to sniping colonial redcoats from the tops of valleys. It's a goofy kind of semicircle stock. Apparently works in this very practical place to shoot, but very distinct from typical stocks. Very interesting. It's the radioactive sniper rifle. Gotcha. Just thinking. I think we're just going to step out here. We're going to shoot with the Gauss Gamma pistol. That did 6 damage exactly. He has 3 hit points left. I can't get in to do any additional damage to him this turn. Because I'm out of cognition points and I don't want to use any of my canticles yet. So we're just going to step back into cover and end the turn for GP Variety 6. Crash Test can't do anything from where they are. The Guardian Ranger can't do anything. And Troll can't do anything. And Crash Test still can't do anything. Okay, the shields are down. He gets to go first, but then Mishaps kills him. And that's the end of the battle. Does Mishaps take damage for that? They do. Okay. That was a pretty easy mission. We did that pretty flawlessly. We got a lot of Blackstone for that too. Excuse me. As long as we remember to heal everybody before the end of the mission, we should be good. Oh, there you go. All units healed for 2 hit points. And we got -4 on the Waking. So Waking's back down to 0. That's huge. Everyone's back to full health apart from Mishaps, who I think is losing 1 health. Alright, let's move on. An inscribed panel in this chamber depicts hundreds of Necrons sleeping beneath the surface of Silver Tenebris, while stylized humanoid figures appear to be invading the slumbering places below the ground. Could this be a depiction of the Adeptus Mechanicus exploring the tomb complex? Could Melob have predicted the future? Oh, you're saying about calibers are very similar to arquebus. The only major difference is that they are the first firearms to have a standardized caliber, and they're the origin of the word caliber, rather than having a rather random bore size the Smith wanted. Made it just a lot easier. Turn it to an energy weapon. Okay. Give me a second. Melob may predict the future, but was predicting our victory. So that's spin. We could scorn it. Of course not. There must be some other explanation for this image. Or we could speculate. The ability of these leaders is not fully understood. Perhaps Melob could tell the future. So that's 1 vote for scan. So we've got spin, scorn, or speculate. So it's spin, scorn. So 1 for spin, 2 for scorn, 3 for speculate. I'm just going to close my door. Give me 1 second. I can't mute the mic either because it will minimize the game. So we've got 2 votes for speculate, 1 vote for scorn. I'm not going to leave this up for too long, but we will just take a couple more votes while I have a sip of tea to try and clear this cough. The implications of this particular panel, by the way, is very interesting. And the first of this cover is late medieval, and later term for long-barreled cast bronze cannon. Oh, Breckcast, the voting's currently not working, but I'll take that as a vote for speculate. Everyone's going for speculate, so we don't need to continue voting. Let's go for the ability to not for the start. Perhaps Melob could tell the future. Okay, that got a big bunch of Necron Awakening. The idea that Melob had somehow anticipated the Adeptus Mechanicus mission to Silver Tenebris is both fascinating and deeply troubling. Melob's intelligence and power is clearly illustrated, but it is impossible for the cohort to fend off despair as they look upon this vision of Melob's future, the cohort's present. So +3 Awakening, but +3 control cognition points. So that's not too bad. Let's move on to the last decision. The chamber ahead has the air of a library, with slabs of data medium arranged in niches in the walls and tiny scarab constructs scurrying across them as if tending to the volumes. This repository of Melob's history could well be nearby. Do we engage it with cupidity? Grab as much as possible off the shelves? Do we come in with cunning? Use an electromagnetic burst to wipe the library chamber of all of its data? Or do we come in with caution? Advance to the chamber carefully and quietly. The Necrons may be guarding this chamber well. So 1 for cupidity, 2 for cunning, 3 for caution. Covers are pretty much the best cannons, being the biggest practical ones of their era, and bronze guns, which were comparatively expensive but much less likely to just explode than an iron gun. And the kits, I guess, made that to a big plasma gun, which is fair enough. Okay, that's enough nerd rambling. I think that was very interesting, Mishaps. Thank you very much for explaining the difference between all those different medieval weapons, because it's a very interesting period in warfare. And I really like how they've kind of taken that idea into Warhammer with both the Skaven and more so with the Mechanicus. So that's 1 vote for 1, 1 vote for 3. I'm sorry, 2 votes for 3, 1 vote for 1. I'll give it another couple of seconds. I don't want to wait too long. That's a 3rd vote for 3. I don't think we're going to beat that. So everyone's voting for caution. The cohort's caution is well justified, as the presence triggers concealed Gauss turrets to emerge from the ceiling. The cohort evades their sensor range and makes it to the chamber unscathed, heartened by outthinking the Xenos foe. Let's continue. Okay, we're now at the end of the mission. This is the last chamber. Time for some great music. I lost my basketball final, by the way, for those that are interested. And I injured myself. Tech Priest must escape. We didn't lose by a lot, but we did lose. Okay, let's have a look at the battlefield. So we've got a Cryptek who needs to die. We've got a Necron Warrior. We have a platform with a barrier. We have a Necron Warrior, Necron Immortal, and a Lich Guard on a moving platform, on a platform that has... I'm assuming it's moving, it probably isn't. It's okay, it was a good game. And a console. Then we have another Necron Warrior here. And we have to get everybody to here. So it looks like there's probably going to be platforms that come up and down. Killing this Cryptek as fast as possible is going to be important. It looks like that Immortal is going to go, then that Warrior, and then the Cryptek is quite deep in the tree. So we should... Is Crash Test going to go... I don't know if Crash Test is going to get a chance to go before the Cryptek, but we'll see. Let's start the battle. I didn't actually move anyone around, but it doesn't hugely matter. I don't think the Immortal has a shot, or the Warrior has a shot from where they are. No. He will have a shot. He didn't take it. Okay. So Toasted is up first. I'm going to use Toasted to reinforce us. Not all the way over there. I mean, I could, like, drop a guy over here, but I don't think it's worth doing. I want to kind of try and keep the party together. I mean, I could drop him, like, here, but I'll just drop a Ranger in... Let's just drop him in here. So he just teleported in from space. Again, we'll set him up with the... There's no cog generators on this map, which is going to make this really difficult. Like, so pretty tough. Toasted can move to here. I kind of want to get people on the other side of this energy barrier because I'm worried they're going to get cut off. So I'm going to put Toasted here. Does Toasted have cognition freedom? Oh. Okay, that got the platform to come up. So that's good to know. Yes, they do have cog freedom. So I'm going to activate cog freedom. And who can we shoot? Okay, we can hit the Cryptek from here. So I'm going to shoot the Cryptek. Well, actually, we'll fire the blast pistol first. We don't have range for the blast pistol. Then I will fire this. Okay, that did 11. That did some nice damage. He doesn't have armor. I will just fire this at you. 6 health. Okay, we should be able to overcome these two pretty quickly. And that's Toasted out of moves and only used 1 cog point. Okay, let's bring you up to here, so you're out of the way. And we'll take a shot at... Well, he hasn't acted yet. He has acted, so we'll focus down the Cryptek. He can also resurrect people, which I don't want to happen. Just in case we don't kill him this turn, I will disable his weapon. And that's the end of the Skitari's turn. Alright, Mishaps is up next. Let's get Mishaps... This is a great target for a flamethrower attack. This, not so much. I'm thinking I could put Mishaps here, hit this guy with Mechadendrite to push him to here, and then put Mishaps here and be in close combat with both of them at the same time. But I think we're just going to run up and hit this guy with an axe. Oh, hey, Alex Love. I think you're a little bit behind on the voting, unfortunately. Has the stream fallen behind? Let me just quickly check the stream status on YouTube. Has it fallen behind that far? I don't think it has. Let me just quickly check. What's the status of the stream? Why does Miss have 2? Miss has 2 flamethrowers so they can fire both of them at the same time. Crash test. Okay, no, it's up to date. It's up to date. Cool, cool, cool. They can fire 2 flamethrowers in 1 turn, is why they have 2 flamethrowers, which I have done. And I may do that doing this mission. Okay, anyway, sorry, I was checking some stuff out. Let's just kill this Cryptek. Hey, Hildebrand, how's it going? Good to see you. Thank you, Hayden, as well, for confirming. It does look like everything's okay. The Cryptek's down. It is prohibitively expensive, but it's also hilarious. It's just fun. There's not many other things I can put in that slot anyway for Mishap, so I just did it for the fun of it, really. Let's scan the Lich's stats. Oof, that's quite high. You have no movement left, right? Yeah, you can't move forward. You can't do anything else. Let's end your turn. Okay, let's bring Trog up. I made a mistake and left Trog in a really bad position for deployment. Excuse me, I'm going to have to be really careful with my cognition point use in this map. Considering there is no opportunity for me to use servo skulls to grab cognition points unless I do stuff like this. There's nothing else I can really do here. Obviously, I've got overcharged cognition, which we'll hold on to. I could actually... I'm going to cog freedom, and I'll hit this guy with my gamma pistol. And that's him dead, which is great. And that got them 2 cog points. I'm going to give them a cog point use to just cross the bridge all the way, I think. And that's the end of their turn. There's nothing these guys can do right now. Alright, next up it's GPVR 86. Let's just get them across the bridge, I think. They can finish off the Cryptarch. And they can just use a Mechadendrite to do that. So it looks like Crash Test is last in the turn order. But he actually has a shot on Mishaps. So that's the limit of their range, this line here. So if we put everyone on this side, they won't have any shots. Let's just get... I don't think Crash... Oh. Crash has a... Ooh. Crash has a shot from here on all of them. We're going to go for it. So we put Crash here. We activate the energy enhancers. Then we activate Cognition Freedom. Then we get the Phosphor Blaster, and we just fire it in this direction. Okay, interesting that his health didn't show up, but the rest did. But now we can see all of their health, because the Phosphor Blaster also reveals all of that information to us. Let's hit the Immortal with the most health, just take 1 health off him with the Servo Skull. And that only cost us 1 cognition point in the end. And let's just... We'll use another cognition point to get Mishap, to get Crash Test over the bridge. So now everybody is off this platform. So if this closes next turn, we're actually moved off it. Let's end the turn there. Okay, extra Necros in battle. So we're spawning in... This looks like a... What is this? Another Cryptek. That's really bad that Cryptek is there. I'm glad I got everybody past this barrier as well. We're not going to call in a servitor yet. Yeah, they're gonna keep shooting Mishaps, unfortunately, because Mishaps is just in range. I'm gonna have to pop a heal, I think. Okay, let's get Toasted across the bridge. Toasted has shots from where they're standing, but we're also a little bit low on... We're a little bit low on cognition points as well. I think I'm just going to move... Yes, unfortunately if you die, you live. I think I'm just going to move Toasted for now. I do have a shot with the Ranger. If I just move the Ranger... In fact, from here, because the Ranger is a sniper, I'm going to try at 1 to 3. The damage is really low. These guys have a lot of energy resistance. Just shoot this guy. How much damage did that do? 5 damage on a crit. Nice. And there's very little he can do. So let's end your turn. Mishaps heals themselves. I'm going to delay their turn. Trog is up. Trog has refill cognition gauge. So I'm going to bring Trog up to spawn the bridge. Okay. Then we're going to... we don't have cog freedom, but that's fine. I'm going to shoot at... Doesn't really matter who I shoot here. Let's shoot this Immortal. For 4 damage. Then we're going to shoot the Blast Pistol at... it doesn't really matter. We're not going to do any damage here. Alright. Now we're out of cog points, and I'm going to activate Overcharge Cognition. That gets us a full Cognition bar. And that's going to be the end of their turn. I'm just going to step them off the bridge. And they're going to end their turn there. Okay, this is looking really good for a Mishaps Flamethrower turn right now. But unfortunately, Mishaps is probably not going to activate in time. I'm going to do a Benediction to fully heal all Tech Priests. To Mishaps will heal 16 damage. There's not a lot else I want to do here. I will move GPVR 86 up to here. Activate Cognition Freedom. The lack of the inability for me to like eat cognition points from the level is actually making this quite tricky. But we'll is there a link from here to here? There's no way there's a bridge that goes all the way across here. I'm going to fight my way across here. Let's fire the Gauss Gamma Pistol. I live, I die, I live again. Exactly. That's what Mishaps says every time. Let's keep focusing down this guy here with our Ignore Armor attacks. And what I will... Do I want to activate the Refractor Field Generator? I think I will. I'll end their turn. Unfortunately, was that Toasted? Or was that Trog? Trog wasn't inside it, but that does get them a cognition point for being shot. I don't know where he's going. Right, Crash Test is up. Why not fire the Serpenta? The Serpenta does energy damage, and these guys all have quite a lot of energy shields. Whereas the Gauss Gamma also uses 2 cog points and ignores all armor types. That's why I chose it. Alright, we're going to fire the Phosphor Blaster again this turn. I think I'm just going to bring... I'm going to bring them in quite close. I might end up killing the console here. I'm not too worried if I do. Yeah, it's just for a shot, not a turn. Okay, we did activate the... I did forget the Lich Guard would get a turn. But that's okay. Like, Crash can take a hit. Okay, let's... I don't know if I can push this guy away. I'm not going to try. We'll just end Crash's turn there. Oh, he can summon the platforms as well. That's fascinating. Alright, Mishaps is up. This guy has 3 hit points. I'm wondering if I can Flamethrower with Mishaps this turn and just kill everything. If I put Mishaps here... but I want to be able to see. Okay, we'll activate the Power Field Generator. And we'll... I can't Yoss Fabrication, unfortunately. There's nothing else I can do here. I'll just use the Canticle now. So we'll gain 6 cognition points. Alright, and then we're going to check the Flamethrower. I can hit everyone and not hit Crash Test, which is fine. So let's burn everybody with the Flamethrower. I did kill the console. I did burn everything else to death. That's where we pack Flamethrowers. And I could fire the Flamethrower again this turn if I wanted to. Let's bring Mishaps up to here. And this guy is on 9 health. We'll hit him with the axe. And he super died. Okay, so Mishaps and Crash Test just murdered everything in one turn. Which is what they do. And that is going to be the end of their turn for now. We'll use this turn just to bring everybody up. So Toasted, I'm gonna spend cog points to run people. Just get everyone on this platform. Oh, we have to retrieve the records. No, there's no records on the map, is there? We just have to get off the map, don't we? Yeah, there's no records to grab. Okay, so that's Toasted's turn. Let's get the Ranger up. Let's not block the bridge, so I'm going to delay their turn because I don't want to block the bridge. Okay, Mishaps is repairing themselves. That's perfect. They're probably going to be the Vanguard that crosses first. So we'll put them there. Then we'll get Trog up. You can see why I like Zealous Materials on people now. Okay, activating the shield really didn't do anything there. Shields are not... They're definitely not my favorite things in this game at the moment. There's nothing anyone can do while this shield is in the way. But the reason I'm running everybody up is so we can get through the shield so we can get blocked behind it next turn. Or at least that's the hope. And then finally we'll bring the Skitarii Ranger up. And that's his turn. Shield's down. Okay. We've now got this guy. We'll shoot him with a Phosphor Pistol to find out what his stats are. 8 health. I don't want to use cognition points to kill him, but we've got an Omniscient Axe on Toasted Waffles. So Toasted can hit him with the axe, but if we do that, they'll end up blocking this this avenue, unfortunately. So I'm going to Cog Freedom, hit him with the blaster, which isn't going to kill him, unfortunately. 6, he's got 2 health left. I just can't do that last 2 damage. I could call on a reinforcement behind him. I don't really want to spend the cop point on that. We're just going to have to move Toasted here to the other side of the shield, and then their turn. I will hold the Ranger for now. Mishaps is up next. Mishaps ignores attacks of opportunity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mishaps to move to here. We're going to use Mechadendrite to knock this guy back. So even if we don't kill him, he's now out of the way. Then I'm going to put Mishaps here, if I can. Yeah. I will just hit him with the axe. I don't know why I moved him. That was a stupid thing to do. Okay, I'm just going to finish off his corpse with the other Mechadendrite. And then I'm going to pin this guy in melee with Mishaps as well. Just so that he can't do any ranged attacks or anything. And we'll scan him with the Servo Skull to find out what his stats are. Even though we were already adjacent to him, so we can't do anything. I will end the turn there. Okay, next up it's Trog. We'll just get Trog to move up as... again, I don't want to block the bridge. Okay, they can end their turn there. There's nothing they can do from here. Yeah, they don't have range on their weapons. GBVR 86, I'm going to spend a cognition point, I think, to get them all the way across. I don't really want to do that, but I'm just going to do it. Okay. 4 damage. I mean, that's nice, but I can do more. Free opportunity attack for Mishaps. Nice. 7 damage return for free. Where is he heading to? Okay, he only made it 1 step. Okay, Crash Test is healing themselves. Crash can get to here. But I don't have the cognition points for Crash to attack. Unless I want to spend the Blessings of the Omnissiah. How much health does he have? I could kill him with Culverin if I do Blessings of the Omnissiah. Yeah, let's do it. Blessings of the Omnissiah. Okay, and then we'll activate Cognition Freedom. And just for the fun of it, we'll activate the Enhancers as well. And then we'll activate the Culverin. And we'll just make sure we're not hitting Mishaps. We're just hitting this guy. And we'll delete him from the universe. And he's down. And I'm even going to get you to move to here. Stab him with your Mechadendrite to delete his corpse from the game. And that's all of the Necrons down. And I'll get you to spawn the bridge as well. Okay. So now we know where we're going. We just have to get across to here. So that's the end of your turn. Let's get everybody else moving as far as we can. You don't actually need to make it out of the map, but still. And that's why I moved them there, so they didn't get stuck behind the door. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Litany of Life. Oh, wait, everyone's at full health? Oh, on the active unit. I thought it healed everybody. Right, we're going to heal Mishaps with the Litany of Life. Anyone else just lose sound? Oh, never mind, my PC just muted itself randomly. Gave me a fright there. I was genuinely worried that something had happened. I'm going to just... It seems really gamey, but I'm going to just stack everybody up to heal. If I can. So Toasted is fine on health right now. This Guitar Ranger can just delay for now. Obviously, like, people like Mishaps are healing every turn, but I'm still going to get them to heal. It's Crash that needs the biggest heal, I think. Mishaps is at 13 health of 20. Trog is at 15. Crash is at 14. I think I'm going to heal Mishaps with the Litany of Life. For 7 HP repaired. Okay. Then Trog cannot heal themselves. So Trog can move to here. GPVR 86 can do a distant prayers on Trog, which heals 2 hit points. Then they can move over to Crash Test and use their Curatio Claw to heal 4 health. Okay. That's all I can do there. We're 2 turns away from a distant prayer, which I would like to do. I'm just going to check this doesn't trigger anything if I put someone in here. Because I'm worried I might need to run away. No, I just need to put everybody in that spot. Okay, let's just start moving everybody over. And I'll just do a blessings. Oh, but I don't want this to get... I don't want the awakening level to get any higher. I think I'll be okay. So you're at full health. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. We're trapped behind the door. Damn it. That's annoying. Trog can't do anything yet. It means that next turn GPVR 86. Every time I say GPVR 86, by the way, it makes me think of GPDR, which if you work in the tech industry in Europe, you'll know all about. It's just what I instantly think of. Okay, we're just gonna finish the mission up here. So you can delay. You can't get in yet, so you can delay. You can delay. You can run in. Everyone's at full health that I can see. So end your turn. You can run in. And that should be the end of the mission. I might need to put the... Yeah, it's the end of the mission. Kill all enemies. All enemies are dead. So we won. Cool. That wasn't too hard. The flamethrower kind of made that a joke, to be honest. Mission complete. The cohort holds the chamber long enough for the scribe servitors to finish copying the passages of Melob's histories that cover the walls. With their data media full of Necron hieroglyphics, they are escorted back to the tomb entrance so their data can be uploaded to Casus Metallicon. Wait, so you have to escape and kill everyone? That is a bit silly. It wasn't really an escape mission. It was a get to the location to claim the thing. Like, capture the objective. What a wealth of linguistic information we have recovered. Melob was fond of obscure pictogram forms and context-morphic grammar structures. This will be of immense help in translating the next passages. How much more of the Tesseract Vault remains to be translated? With this, I shall be well beyond halfway. With every new passage, I uncover new revelations about our foe. Soon, Magos, it will all be revealed to us soon. I'm a bit worried about where he's going, if I'm being completely honest with you. A little bit worried. Okay, so no cost on our units. We got refunded for these guys. We made quite a lot of money on that mission, I think. And we've got the Zenorite Axe, which does acid damage. I might compare that to what Mishaps is using right now. God, that took 40 minutes, though. Okay, let's close. It's up to 1,173. I do want to do this. Did you know that Santa violates should be out here? Yeah, you're right, he does. I'm sorry, I can't stop coughing tonight. Do we have a new deployment? Okay. So we have the last deployment for Treasus to do. I would like to get this done. Xenobiologist Teresis needs samples of technical language to continuous translation of the Tesseract. Thankfully, the Tomb of Nephtusk may contain such a bounty. We will get a cognition mechadendrite, which collects cognition points. Does this just steal cog points from people, or do they actually have to have them in them? We've got Necron Heavy Destroyers, Canoptic Spiders, Cryptex, Immortals, and Warriors on this mission. I don't think there's any new deployments anywhere else. I would quite like to get Ghost in the Machine done. This is obviously this. Yeah, there's nothing else has come through. Let's just quickly upgrade the cohort. So I want everyone to have enhanced weapons, zealous materials, and cognition freedom. Except Mishaps would actually greatly benefit from cognition freedom in getting those double flamethrowers going off. And also using their axe. But do I really want to spend the points on Mishaps with her? Yes, I do. Mishaps is just so powerful. So let's get cognition freedom on Mishaps. GPVR 86 has cog freedom. They don't have zealous materials though. Let's just make sure everyone has cog freedom first. You have cog freedom. You have cog freedom. You have cog freedom. And we're back to Mishaps. Okay. So now we're on to getting sure people have zealous materials. So I'm going to give Zealous Materials to GPVR 86, and that's all I can afford to level up. Now I want to go back to Mishaps, because Mishaps is currently using the Power Axe, which does 4 to 6 physical damage to the target. But we now have the Zenorite Power Axe, which does 3 to 5 physical damage and 1 acid damage. That's technically better, I think. Because it's the same damage, but then there's like a damage over time effect to that as well. So I'm gonna give, and I think it fits the theme of what Mishaps has become, to give them the Zenorite Power Axe. Exactly, you get to become even more green and glowy. So Mishaps is now rocking the Zenorite Power Axe. They also have a free hey Core, how's it going? A free augment slot. So I'm going to remove the Infestus Mechadendrite level 1 and fit them with an Infestus Mechadendrite level 2. So now they have 2 free attacks that do 2 damage a turn. Twitch is working fine. You do not want to know what a kludge I have done to get it working, Core. I may get banned at any minute, to be honest, but we'll keep rocking with it. Okay, so that's the only real changes we're making to the team. Actually, no, we have 3 AUG points on GPVR 86 as well. I wish I had a slightly bigger version of the Gauss Gamma pistol. I'd quite happily use that. No. What I've done we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I just realized I got a level 2 Omniscient Axe. That does 3 to 5 physical damage for no cost. Which is only 1 less than the Power Axe, but it's free. That's actually crazy. It might be worth getting that on a few people. But right now, what I want to do weapon-wise on GPVR 86... Do you know what? I actually think 2... No. I think we'll just go for a level 2 Infestus Mechadendrite on them. And I think we've got a slot free on someone else as well. Yeah. Crash Test also has a slot free. I'll give them a level 1 Mechadendrite. Okay. That's everybody ready to go. We're going to drop in on this mission, which we have to deal with Necron Heavy Destroyers in, which should be pretty interesting. Let's deploy. So we're going to send in the team. We're going to go with 2 Skitaria Rangers. And I think I'm going to take a Rust Stalker this time, just in case I wanted to drop a melee unit in the back row somewhere. And let's go. The task of translating the test descriptions continues to trouble me, Magos. I've come across some highly technical passages that are far beyond my abilities. What information could translating them reveal? There is no telling for certain, but I feel as the next stage of Necron history. We have already learned more from the Tesseract than perhaps any one tech priest has ever learned about the Necrons. I return a sense of regret that we do not possess some example of such technical language to assist with your work. Fascinating you should mention that, Magos. And here we go for the mission. He didn't even ask this time. He just assumed that he was going to get the resources. Okay. Neftusk was the architect of the tomb complex, and he loved to keep reminders of what he made. His tomb contains technical descriptions of the techniques he used in its construction. And they're not going to be easy to get at, just like usual. Magos, is this the best use of our resources? Let it not be said we came this far to uncovering the history of the Necrons and stumbled at the threshold. Very well. The target chamber is deep inside the tomb of Neftusk, and once you're there, you should be able to grab the data medium slabs my Skitarii scouts reported. It will be worth it, Subdomina. On that you have my word. Okay. So, we have a pretty big tomb to get through, to get to here. Now, we are dealing with Necron Heavy Destroyers, but I am liking doing fights to get to Blackstone, so we're going to go this way. The cohort must be closing on the repository of data medium documents, for this chamber contains a huge slab of glossy black material from which the medium appears to be carved. Do we call in the troops, which is 1. Report its location to nearby Skitarii units. They may be able to get it out of the tomb for the Adeptus Mechanicus' use. Do we deny it to the enemy? That's 2. Destroy the data medium crystal to put it beyond the use of the enemy. Or do we search for more? Search the chamber. There must be more. That's 3. I'll give you a couple of seconds to vote. So 1 for calling the troops, 2 for denying the enemy, 3 for search for more, and we'll go from there. I'm just drinking some tea while you get a chance to vote. Mishaps wants to search for more. Anyone else want to weigh in? I'm going to take the first one that gets 2 votes is the one we're going to go with, because we don't have a lot of people on moment. Breakfast is going to deny the enemy. So we've got a competition between Mishaps and Breakfast right now. Is it Breakfast or Breckwast? Is it a V or W? for your YouTube username, Breakfast. I'll take the deciding vote if nobody else votes in a couple of seconds. I also would like to apologize a lot that I'm coughing. I think it's just because it's very cold again tonight. It is currently 7 degrees with me right now at midnight. It's just too cold. Like, and that doesn't sound that cold for a lot of you that live maybe in the north of Europe, but bear in mind that Australian houses do not have double glazing, and because this is an older building, it's not insulated either. It's actually designed to shed heat. Okay, Sorbacol, thank you very much for coming in with your first chat, and for a vote for 3, so we're going to search for more. That's Mishaps and you are the ones that have pushed that over. Oh, we got 4 cog points going into our first battle. That's fantastic. The cohort locates several scrap slabs of data medium from Necron data. Though these are not for technical documents they are looking for, they do provide valuable intelligence on the Necron language communications. Curious why all tech priests are gendered. I can't imagine the AdMech being very prone to not caring about gender in the slightest. It's probably just because... It probably depends. You know what it is, Mishaps? It probably comes down to who wrote the fiction. And when... And that's all it's going to be. There will definitely be non-binary AdMech out there, and there will be... it'll just be who's written the medium. Ooh, a canoptic spider. We have not seen one of these before. Sire, data loaded from ResX records. New data arriving. We're aware of this. No need for confirmation. Personal recording. Play. Subject captured. Source of origin unknown. This creature is created of the same material that makes up the tomb walls, a form of living metal that I'm still unable to diagnose the molecular properties due to its ever-shifting state. That's it. That's all we get. This is a pretty tough little cohort we've got here. Okay, we're looking at... This is a very small arena. We've got the the canoptic spider. We've got an immortal. We've got a cryptek, and we've got a Necron warrior. There's a console back here I would like to get my hands on. There's a pillar here. Okay, who's up first? So it's Toasted, and then it's Mishaps, GPVRD6, then Crash Test. Okay, so we're going to move Crash Test to here. I'm going to get Mishaps. Where's Mishaps? Mishaps to here. We're going to back them up with... Toasted is going to probably be the one who makes the break for this. Crash Test is going to be ready to step out and shoot this thing if Mishaps can't kill it. GPVR86 is obviously here to heal. Oops. And the other two don't really matter too much where they stand. That's where they're going to go. Let's start the battle. Oh, what is this thing? Okay, there's also a bufferizer. So we need to deal with that. That can be Toasted Waffle's job. Okay, Toasted. First thing I'm going to do is get you to move next to this cognition post. Then I'm going to get you to call in reinforcements. And I'm going to get you to drop in a Sicarian Ruststalker in cover over here. Then I'm going to get you to give it its servo skull so it does extra damage. And that's all you can really do from where you are. Actually, I can move you to here, and you can shoot at the warrior. You're probably not going to do much damage to them, but you can at least like do something. So let's activate Cognition Freedom. Also, one of the best tracks the game is playing right now. Hit him with the Phosphor Blaster. He's got 2 energy armor. Okay, let's see what the other guy is packing. He's out of range. We'll take the shot. We won't do any damage. Yeah, I thought so. And that's the end of your turn. I don't mind leaving you out of cover. Okay, the Ruststalker is active. I want to kill this thing. So you're going to run up to it. You're going to stab it with your swords. Critical damage, we don't know how much. Then you're going to stand next to this warrior to force him to be in close combat with you. Okay, Mishaps. I need you to kill this spider. I need you to kill this spider with prejudice. There's a chance we can hit the immortal with the flamethrower if we stand you here. So let's bring you to this position. Let's activate Cognition Freedom. Let's activate the power field generator. This thing stats, it just has, okay, 15 health, 3 armor isn't too bad. We can actually, oh, look how close we are to hitting the cryptek with the flamethrower as well. How cool would it be if we also hit him? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. He's not in range. But let's flamethrower this thing. Okay, he's on fire. He's burnt. Let's put him... Now that he's on fire, we're going to hit him with our axe, and we're going to do acid damage to him as well. 8 damage, critical and acid. He's down to 3 hit points. Then we're going to hit him with an Infestus Mechadendrite for 3 damage. Oh, he absorbed that. Damn, of course he's got 3 armor. Ugh, that was a waste. I was so excited about just killing him that I forgot that, you know, You can't just kill them. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to move Mishaps into melee with this guy, locking out his weapon, and then we're going to get a servo skull to grab a cognition point from over here. And then we're going to end your turn. That was a pretty good turn. I do indeed. Okay, he's just given energy armor to everybody, so he's a buff bot. If I still had my stomach, I would be regurgitating bile. Affirmative. This is a vile development with the Xenos form. Purify it with flames, for this is the wish of the Omnissiah. Well, now it's gonna... It just died. No, it didn't. Wait, what's it doing? Okay, it's taking fire damage, burn damage. It died. Did it get back up? Okay. But it also made babies before it died. Yes, it made babies before it died. Okay. And they just stole the opportunity attack for Mishaps. No. That was the opportunity attack that was supposed to kill this guy. It looks like he didn't take the turn. Okay. Next up is GPVR 86. We've got a little bit of damage spread around at the moment. GPVR hasn't got a shot on anybody. I'm worried that this is going to go away. I don't think it will. Let's move them to here. And we'll just kill this thing. If they haven't got a shot on anybody else. Oh, they haven't got a shot because of Cog Freedom. Let's shoot. I've actually got a shot on him. I've got a shot on this guy's. Okay, so he healed him. That's what happened there. Let's take a shot on him then. Ooh, 5 damage was nice. Good work. There's nothing else you could really do here, but just grab the cog point for me. And that'll be the end of your turn. I don't think we need to heal this turn. Okay, Crash is up. Obviously, we're very tight on cog points, but we do have enough for Crash to fire either of their weapons. And there's a chance I could hit both of these with the blaster. So if I cog Freedom... Okay, that's the wrong weapon. I can't hit both of them. I can either hit... I can only hit him or him. I don't really... Well, I've used Cog Freedom now. I can also just laser blast this guy out of existence. I think I will just do that. He actually survived that, which is wild. Alright, and then let's find out this guy's stats. 4 energy armor. Okay, that's quite a lot. And that's end your turn. Who's up last? It's Trog. So Trog, I want you to Trog over to here. And then I will get you to fill the cog... you've got 1 cog point. There's literally nothing you can do with that cog point. I'm just going to activate the refractive field generator so we don't waste cognition points here. Then we're going to do overcharge cognition to fill the cog gauge. Then we're going to use cognition freedom so you don't have to use any energy firing your guns. And we're going to shoot this thing. Okay, it's still alive. We're going to shoot it again. That's a lot of health. Wow. Do I want to step forward and hit it for 1 cog point? Yeah, I think I do. We're going to step to this side of it. And then we're going to hit it with our axe. 2 damage. Okay, we're going to slowly take this thing out. And then we'll grab a cog point from here with our servo skull. Alright, back to full. End your turn. Come on, Ruststalker. Kill this guy. Got the kill. Nice work. Do like a Ruststalker. They are pretty great. Did it just bring him back to life? No, it gave him armor even though he's dead. Okay. So the Cryptek could revive him this turn. I'm not deploying anybody. Toasted's up first. Let's just get Toasted over here to deal with this. That's 119 Blackstone, which is nice. Then we're going to hit it with our axe for 4 damage. Great. And then we'll just shoot it with a blast pistol to finish it. Cool. And that's -2 for enemies. There's nothing else really Toasted can do except grab the cognition points from these 2 by standing here, which is actually quite nice. What they can do is they don't have a Mechadendrite, but we can just shoot this guy. Oh, that was a waste of 2 cognition points. That was really stupid of me. I forgot. Oh, okay, it wasn't too bad. We actually got really lucky there. Let's end the turn. The Ruststalker, I'm going to get to stand behind this guy. I just stab him with the swords. That was 6 damage. Nice. Mishaps is doing their thing. This guy has 11 health left. Let's just hit him with the axe. That was 6 damage, and he's now acided and on fire. He has 5 hit points left. I could hit him with the Infestus Mechadendrites. I think I will, because we can just heal on GPVR 86's turn. That's 2 damage with that Mechadendrite. With all his friends said the buff ball poison a huge priority. No, you're right. I just want to kill it because I can. Okay, he's got 1 hit point left. Rustduckers are really, really bad on table. Rustduckers are really, really good in this game. They're really, really fast, and they have a mechanic that causes their critical hit chance to go up every time they attack. I really like them. I'm a big fan of them in this game. I'm not going to use Yoth's Fabrication. It sucks that they weren't good at their job in the game, but they're good in this game. Okay, he's probably going to resurrect, yeah. I was about to say, he's probably going to resurrect that warrior, which is very annoying. And then he gets killed by the Rustducker. Okay, we need to kill this warrior ASAP. First things first, I want to Benedict and just heal everybody. Yeah, descriptive fluff piece of a whole horde of them fighting some Chaos Terminators. I'm points they lost that fight. Nothing else loses in their own lore page. That is actually pretty sad. The one page where you're going to get like celebrated no matter what and you end up losing. When is this guy active? He's active at the end of the turn. So I've got Crash active first and Trog active. So I don't think I need to use GPVR 86 here. Crash should be able to deal with this. They can hit them with the Phosphor Blaster. I know it's not actually a Phosphor Blaster, but for all intents and purposes, that's what it is for the rest of this campaign. Let's activate the energy enhancers. And let's just make sure we don't clip... who's this? Toasted Waffles. Can I fit this shot in? Actually, no, I can't. Yes, I can? Yeah, that's only going to hit it. There you go. That's mission complete. I mean, they won, but 3 of them died to kill 2 Terminators on the fluff, and they cost as much as the Terminator. They cost as much as a Terminator! I don't know how good Terminators are these days, but back when I used to play the game, Terminators were nuts. And they're a dedicated anti-Terminator unit. Oh dear. Mission objective. Okay, we got a bunch of Blackstone and -5 on Awakening. Okay, it's time for a glyph. A glyph choice, everybody. Oh, the dog just woke up. She's going to probably bark in a second. I might just try and put her back to bed. Hey. I can't mute my mic, unfortunately, so you're going to hear me talk to the dog in my dog voice. 1 second. Hey, Tony. Hey, come on. Back to bed. Hey, what's this? Come on. Come on, there's nothing out there. Don't step in your bowl. Come on. What's this? Just a little bit longer, and I'll put you out. Come on, in you guys. Good girl. Go on, get out. There you go. I'll tuck you in. There you go. Alright, that's her tucked back in. I thought Terminators had like teleporters and stuff to make up with that. Okay, our glyph choice is many female ports cover the outer shell of this Necron panel. Perhaps interfacing could improve the team's performance, question mark? So we've got Axe, we've got Special O, and we've got Double T. So using Terminator's own fluff is really sad. Yes, it is. Let me just... The first person that gives me a glyph to click on is a glyph I'm going to click on. So it's either Axe, Special O, or... There you go, Miss Cosvia got there with Double T. We got 4... Okay, excellent. Many female ports cover the outer shell of the Necron panel. Oh, it's okay. We just get 4 cognition points. Okay, on to another decision. And yeah, Terminators can teleport in but can't charge the same turn. Oh. So what about Assault Terminators? Is that not their whole jam? Complex diagrams of construction techniques adorn the walls of this chamber. Not the hieroglyphic heavy documentation Terminators is seeking, but still information of interest. We could survey the data and examine the diagrams. We could scrutinize the data, closely examine the most prominent diagram of a tower-like structure, or we could salvage them, strip the chamber of anything valuable. Do we survey, scrutinize, or salvage? 1, 2, or 3? I'm so sorry, I'm coughing so much. The first one to get 2 will be the one that I go for. So survey, scrutinize, or salvage. Go. That's 1 vote for 2 from... Okay, there we go. Brekwast and Miss Watika have voted for scrutinize. Videx. A cooling tower, but it was never built. Could there be a power source in the Tomb Valley? A reactor? Interesting. As Fabricator General Isotor wrote, Through the application of knowledge can great destruction rise. The usual way it works is they teleport in mist, lose a guy teleporting into a rock, stand there, get shot, 2 more guys die, then they calculate attacks, then they get shot again and die. Oh dear. Terminators used to be terrifying. The clearest diagram is of a cooling tower that appears to be attached to the tomb complex, though no such structure exists on Silver Tenebris. That's interesting. What is that alluding to? Okay, on to the final battle. There's special effects spends away to allow to teleport charge, but it's really inconsistent. Okay. We're probably going to have to deal with another spider here or a heavy destroyer. Like, you just want army for a 50% chance. That doesn't sound... Yeah, we've got a heavy destroyer. Resources from Lifeform NN346 Necro Destroyer have been positive. Now we see the heavier pattern, designating Lifeform NN346.2. Gather we must. That is a big gun. Isn't it a failure to the Omnissiah that we farm from the Xenos data? One of my favorites, cannot unless you canticle. V34 shares, the only will of the machine spirit is that of the omniscient technologies. For the Xenos will deceive you and tempt you, but you will not falter, for you are a priest. I have not heard this first Vindex. I will request a data merge on this log once the mission is complete. For now, however, we must do what we can to survive, and data mining Xenos lifeforms is one of the sacrifices we need to make. Okay, what are these? What the hell are these? Excuse me? This is a gauntlet. Oh, wow. Okay. V3 of the Doctrine book? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Does the Mechanicus Bible get patch notes? Of course it does. So we've got 2 turrets. We've got 2 consoles. We've got an Immortal, a Necron Heavy Destroyer, a Cryptek, and another Immortal. And then we've got lots of walls to hide behind. And perfect shooting galleries for a certain crash test to just blast down and hit everything. And some very scary looking turrets. Alright, let's put Crash. Where's Crash? I want Crash here. We're going to bring Mishaps down the other side. Toasted can go here. GB, right? Okay, we'll just put everyone in the front row. And let's start the battle. This is probably going to be a longer fight. What I need to... Okay, he charges his weapon. What's the bet he can destroy these walls? Like... On a scale... What's the bet? These very obviously destroyable walls are destroyable. Very friendly push the barriers right for turrets to hide behind. Yeah, turrets that he's going to blow up. Why is this got an exclamation mark? Okay, so I can tell if I'm in range of the turrets based on where I go. That's actually really useful. But I want to put Toasted right here. And then we're going to call in reinforcements. And we're definitely going to make heavy use of Skitarii Rangers for this mission. Skitarii Rangers, of course, have the very powerful ability to disable enemy weapons with their guns. Okay, so Toasted is here. There's not much they can do about this guy. That's interesting. They can shoot him from here, but not from where they're standing. No! Oh, okay, they actually have a shot through the hole. That's really interesting. We'll dump Mission Freedom then. It really is a plink, though. I will hit him with the Phosphor. 2 energy shield, okay. And 20 health. That's quite a lot. We'll shoot him again, though. And then I need to remember to give you the Servo Skull so you do extra damage. And I think that's everything Toasted can do this turn. I don't need to do Command, and I don't need to do Command Fire. Because I don't have my full shooting gallery. Okay, you're up. This guy's the biggest threat this turn. So we're going to turn off his gun. Now, you're not visible to anyone from here, are you? I think you're in cover. Yeah, I think you're fine. So you can just take a shot at him from here. For 1 damage. That's fine. Okay, next up is Mishaps. If I put Mishaps here, they are not at risk of being shot at by anything that I can see. So we're just going to move Mishaps here. We're going to hit this guy with the axe. And then we're going to let him take a free hit when he moves away on his turn. And that's all we're going to do with Mishaps this turn. There's no... We're not really in flamethrower range yet. I mean, the flamethrower can get pretty far, but we kind of want to be standing about here and then we flamethrower everything. I mean, I could double flamethrower this turn and just kill everything. Do I go for a double flamethrower this turn? There's no question, is there? I definitely go for a double flamethrower this turn. I think if I stand here, I can get all 4 of them. Stopping to get the cognition point on the way. Okay, so we're going to activate Cognition Freedom. We're going to activate Power Field Generator for +2 physical damage, because the flamethrower counts as physical damage. Then we're going to flamethrower all of these enemies at once. Yep. Now let's find out if the turrets reciprocate fire when they get shot at. But let's first of all do this. Big damage. So that's the first flamethrower. Also killed the turret. Now we need to do the second one, which is I'm going to have to use one of my Mechanicals, which isn't the most... I'm actually going to just check this thing's health. Okay, it didn't take a lot of damage from that, but that's okay. The turrets are going to die to the second attack. Is there anything else? Let's get you to heal yourself. I'm trying not to waste cognition points, which is why I'm missing, like, doing this right now. There's nothing I can do with the Mechadendrites. Actually, you can Mechadendrite this console. But they don't use up cog points, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's just do the thing we're here to do. We will activate the Blessings of the Omnissa. The rest of the team are still on the start line. I'll remind everybody, this is still the first turn of this battle. And then we will flamethrower again. Both turrets are destroyed. The Cryptek is destroyed. Are the turrets destroyed? They might still be alive. I think the turrets are dead. Yeah, the turrets are dead. Now I've got 2 choices. I could hide Mishaps, or I could bring Mishaps into close combat with the Destroyer, forcing it to take a free melee hit on its next turn, which will kill it at the end of its turn. So we're going to run Mishaps in. And just to confirm the kill, we're going to hit it with the Mechanicus. Oh, for 0 damage. Damn it. That was stupid. That's okay. That's okay. Doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. But Mishaps was just really excited. Okay, that's Mishaps' turn. They've killed a lot of stuff. They did a lot of damage. Now it's GPVR86, who really is great, but in comparison to what Mishaps just did, just isn't quite, you know, at the same level. I'm gonna move them to here. We're gonna activate Cog Freedom, and we're gonna shoot this guy with the Gauss Gamma. And then I would like to power axe him, but I don't have the cog points for it. But we will pin him in combat using... Actually, we can hit him. We'll use this to grab this. Yes, they're very, very, very valuable. Especially because I can heal everybody to full health. Right, this guy's dead on his next turn, because when he moves, we'll get a free hit on him. So that's the end of GPVR86's turn. Mishaps is going to take some shots now. Oh, that was a critical hit. Now the other immortal is going to activate. This guy's dead. This guy here could kill Mishaps. Nope, Mishaps survives. Okay, excellent. Now it's Crash Test's turn. Now, my actual original plan was for Crash Test to laser this guy, but Crash Test is never going to make it into battle to do that. It's just not going to happen. What we could do though is kill this guy. Is try and kill this guy. I don't know what his stats are like though, but we could run them to here on their little spider legs. In fact, we could just kill this to make sure it stays dead, and then I'm not worried about it killing Mishaps on Mishaps' turn. And then we could just take out these 2 guys after that. So if I step you to here, and then I activate... actually, I can Cog Freedom, and then use the Phosphor Blaster. Or if you were just a little bit further back, say here, I think you could hit both of them. So we can blast both of them now. Yes, we can. And not hit Mishaps. Okay, so he's got 4 energy resistance. He is down to 2 health. 2 health. Okay. I should have dumped the tanks before I took that shot. Let's now activate Blessings on the side to get 9 more cognition points. What is your favorite gun? I feel like this game, I've just broken this game. I feel like Mishaps and Crash Test have completely made a joke of this game at this point. If I put Crash here, and we activate both energy enhancers, and then we fire the Culverin along this line, after the Destroyer dead, he's taken some damage, and we can just find out what his stats are as well. Okay, good work, team. I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, one last job for Crash Test. Destroy the Destroyer's body. There you go. It never got to shoot. That was ridiculous for our first turn. We still haven't actually finished the turn. What I'm going to do with the last part of the turn is we're going to bring Trog up to here. We're going to use another cognition point to move to here. We're going to grab the Blackstone from that console. We're then going to move them here with the rest of their movement. Then we're going to use Overcharge Cognition to refill the Cognition gauge again. So we're going to go into a new turn with a full Cognition gauge. And we're just going to hit this guy with our axe. And he's now locked in melee with us. He can't actually step away to make a ranged attack, because if he moves left or right, he's still stuck in melee with us. So he's actually really screwed. Oh no, our presence has been detected. I love how my opening with like Toasted Waffle on the Sicarian Rustalker, we're very tactical, and then it's just turned into me rushing into the middle of the map, basically screaming at the top of my voice. Okay, we're just going to shoot this with a blast pistol. And we'll kill that when we get a chance. That's the end of Toasted's turn, unfortunately. Rustalker now. Let's get a shot at this guy here. He is still live. And then we'll just move you out of line of sight. Oh look, Mishaps is active. Yeah, the range is really fast. That's why I like it. Not only does it have a huge range, it can go very, very far. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hit this guy with our axe a bunch of times. He's now locked in combat. He can't make a range. He can't make a ranged attack. We have to be very careful with Mishaps' health here. We can't afford to attack too often, or they'll kill themselves. But I think hitting him for 6 damage and putting that on him. Yes, exactly. I'm just thinking that. I can indeed kill you. I'm not going to do that. We're going to actually give your ID6 to heal you once they've dealt with the Immortal's body. I'm going to get them to move up to here to grab that. Then we're going to fully heal all of our Tech Priests. I could have made it round once. You're correct. I was playing it very safe. 18 hit points repaired on you. And then I'm going to finish this off. We don't have a cog freedom, but we'll just hit it with the axe. And then we'll move you to here, so you also get an opportunity attack on this guy. Here we go. 2 opportunity attacks. 1. 6 damage. 2. Another 4 damage. That's 10 free damage. Oh, we actually got to move 2 steps. I thought an opportunity attack stopped their movement. That's not fair. If I just put them on this side, we would have been fine, but oh well. He's going to move now, and move 2 steps and get a free attack. Yeah. See, I thought he was locked in. Who's he shooting at? Was that a miss? Did that hit? No, it was not. It was a full hit. Okay. Crash is up next. If I want to use up all of my cog points, I can shoot this guy. But honestly, I think the rest of the team can do the work. So we're just going to move you into the safe zone. I don't really think you need to do anything. You've done enough. Okay, let's finish this ass off. Get your cog freedom going. Shoot him with the Gauss. For 5 nice damage. Then you might as well step in. Hit him with the axe for free. That's him dead. You have a Mechadendrite, so finish him off. Perfect. then get into the health, the safe zone. I will try and heal you before the end of the turn. Oh, actually, I should have used the canticle. That was stupid. That's okay. I will just make sure that I will just delay somebody's turn who's not in the ring. Oh, we also need to kill this guy, don't we? Let's move the ranger here. Shoot this guy. Come on, get the kill. Nice. Alright, he's out. So I'm just going to delay Mishaps' turn. GPVR can run in here. Doesn't need to heal. His turn ticks down. Crash test is at full health. That's fine. Hey, Tachyon, how's it going? Then we can use the Litany of Life to fully heal Trog. That was a great first turn. I really enjoyed that first turn. You're fine. And then Mishaps just needs to go inside and we won the mission. That's it. Mission complete. That double flamethrower turn was just awesome. That's why Crash Test asked earlier in the stream, why does Mishaps have 2 flamethrowers? There's the case in point. That is why Mishaps has 2 flamethrowers. The whole cohort locates the cache of data medium into crystal slabs, containing description of the technique used by Lord Neftusk in building the tomb complex. We are so close, Magos. So close. I feel just one more iteration of my custom translation loops, and I'll know I'll have the entire Tesseract Vault translated. My emotions, conflicts, and avalanches. I examine my quarantine enthusiasm, and I see it as born of the possibility that whatever happens on Silver Tenebris, our legacy shall be the data you have uncovered on the history of the Necrons. Yet I also feel concern, which I judge to stem from the potential dangers of this potent alien knowledge. You're just wayward now, until I get most of the milestones. What do you mean wayward, Tachyon? I have purged my soul in the chapels. I prepared my mind with logicae meditations. Even my cranial augmentations have been reformatted. I'm ready, Magos. Whatever the Tesseract has to tell me, I am ready for it. How long until he gets corrupted? We should make a decent amount of money from this mission. How much are we going to get for that spider we killed? Oh, there's no points for the spider. Survival game on Steam, gotcha. We also got this Cognition Mechadendrite. Does this actually just get me 2 cognition points for using it in melee? Or does the thing that's what I want to know, because that would be great on Mishaps. Okay, does he have another mission available? He does. The 6th seal. Terzius has almost completed his translation of the inscriptions of the Tesseract. He requires language samples from the grave eulogies of Overlord Sazergon before his work can be finished. Find language samples for the final Tesseract. This gets us the Power Axe for 5 to 7 physical damage that breaks 3 energy armor and 3 physical armor on hit. We're up against Necron Heavy Destroyer, Canoptic Spider, the Necron Varguard, never heard of it, the Triac Praetorian, the Necron Immortal, Necron Destroyers, and Canoptic Acanthrites. That's a pretty nuts selection of enemies for us to get through. But I'm feeling that this is the last one we need to do. Let's upgrade the cohort. So I want to make sure that everybody has Zealous Materials, Enhanced Weapons, and Cognition Freedom. So Magos has Cognition Freedom, Enhanced... Okay, they've got everything. Do you have... You've got Cognition Freedom, Enhanced Weapon... Okay, good. Yep. Excuse me. You do not have Enhanced Weapons or Zealous Materials, Toasted Waffles. So, excuse me, let's get them on you. Okay, we need to do something with Toasted's loadout. Toasted has tons of unused augment capacity. So, let's just strip them of their loadout and work out what we want to do. Because they need something a little bit better than what they're currently running, I think. I think a big gun on Toasted is a good idea. We just don't have much. We've already got the flamethrower, we've already got the Mega Blaster, we've already got the Culverin. We could bring a Volkite Blaster. Single attack, 6 to 8 energy damage. It does unfortunately take 3 cognition points to use. Favored during the Great Crusade before the Terran Bolt Gun drove to decline. Volkite weapons impart so much thermal energy to the target that those under their shimmering rays simply combust. Like, if I just want to kill something, I think we'll go with one Volkite Blaster on this character. And honestly, the Gauss Gamma Pistol is such a nice utility weapon for the 4 to 6 damage. It's just really nice to have a long. Then for melee weapon, I think I'm going to give them the big Zenorite Axe, honestly. It's just really good. Then for support items on this character, is it a heavy machine gun you see? Where? This. That's the Phosphor Blaster. This thing here? That's the that's not a heavy stubber. It's the Phosphor Blaster that you really like. We do also have the Arc Scourge. Single target melee attack, though. Nice. Yeah, it does look like an HMG. This thing's weird because it goes in a... we should maybe give this to Mishaps as an alternative. Because it is a melee weapon. What does it look like? Oh, it's an arm from one of those robots. Okay. Arc Rifle Carrier might be worthwhile. The problem with the Arc Rifle I have found is the damage on it is too variable. Like 1 to 8 energy damage is just... it's just not reliable enough. I don't want to be rolling ones. That's my issue with it. Support weapons. Target a troop for 6 base attack, it's +2. You know what? I think we're going to give them a cognitive canister. Because I think they have, yeah. It just reduces the cooldown on them. But it does make troops a little bit better. Is it 1 cog point or 2? It's 1 cog point for +2 damage on a troop. It may be useful for them. So we're going to take one of those. And I'm going to take the Cognition Mechadendrite just to see if it does what we think it does. If it does steal cog points in close combat, that's pretty insane. Let's also give them a Curatio Claw. And I'm also going to give them an actual damaging Mechadendrite. So that's the new Toasted Waffles. They look very Tech Priest. I like that look a lot. Okay, that's how they're going to go. Now, we have half an hour left in the stream. I would really like to get this mission done. So do you think we can speedrun it? I think we can. Let's do it. We're going to bring the whole team. We're going to bring 2 Rangers. In Wayward, your Robinson Crusoe Magic World is turn-based. Oh, you craft those things. A turn-based survival game. I've never heard of a turn-based survival game before. That sounds fascinating. I will have to check it out. I'm almost finished, Magos. I have just one passage to translate, and the culmination of my work on the Tesseract is done. The Tomb of Sezergon may provide the final missing piece. The Tomb of Sezergon is dangerous in the extreme. Only absolutely necessary operations can be conducted there. Believe me, Magos, this is necessary. Sezergon was buried with eulogies and epitaphs celebrating his greatness. They could contain exactly the poetic and metaphorical language I need to complete my translation. I am wary of sending men into the lair of Overlord Sezergon without good cause, yet my curiosity is filling my neurovolts to capacity. Even I cannot deny its pull. Please, Magos, this shall be my life's work. Magos, if I may have a moment of your time, you have indulged every whim of young xenobiologist Teresa so far. I have remained silent, but recall the Macarian axioms. Line 918. The willful child is as the maddened steed. When let off its leash, it is lost. I am willing to accept whatever consequences might ensure from Teresa's studies. I wonder if that can be true. What will his translations tell us? And Magos, what actually is the Tesseract Vault? By the time you find out, it may be too late. Blessed is the ignorance that wise men choose for themselves. Videx is the only one who's like a proper Imperial in this group. The whole Tomb of Sezergon is mobilized, Magos. It won't be long before every Necron and Silver Tempest is awake. Are you certain you want anything to do other than take out Sezergon? Those are your orders, Subdomina. Very well. I have plotted location of the main grave monument, but don't expect an easy time getting there. This is worth any risk, Magos. I implore you. If we take nothing else from this world, take the data I need. This is getting a little bit insane. Okay, this is a huge tomb, first of all. We're going to take the quickest route we can, which means we're going to dodge fights. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's actually awful. Even if we do go through the fight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's quicker to go this way. Okay, we're going to have a few votes if people are out for voting. A mighty throne stands in the chamber ahead. Perhaps it is fit for Overlord Sezergon himself, or perhaps it is for one of the lords beneath him. Its pull is almost hypnotic, and the cohort try to resist as they walk towards it in spite of themselves. Do we self-flagellate, inflict pain on the cohort to snap them out of their trance-like state? Do we scold them? Bombard the cohort with data prayers of animation and scorn, so the throne's hold on them will be broken. Or similar to Cannons of Dark Days, I got you. Or do we sit on the throne? Give in, sit on the throne, become king. No. Okay, Mishaps has voted 1. I'm going to hold and see if we get 2 votes for an option. So 1 for self-flagellate, 2 for scold, 3 for sit. Do you just change your vote? Oh, Mishaps. Oh, no. I know, I should just click on it, shouldn't I? I should just click on it. Tachyon's voted for 2, so I will give it a chance. If anyone else wants to vote. Otherwise, I will roll the d20 that's on my desk, which you just heard me rattle around. Sorbical came in with that's 2 votes for 3. We are sitting on the throne. Everyone's going to die. Warning, our presence has been detected. In the moment of madness, the throne pull reaches even to the casus metallicum, and the order is given to sit on the throne. The trooper who does so is so racked with physical and mental anguish as they glimpse momentarily into the mind of Overlord Sarsgon. The utter hostility and inhumanity of such an experience affects the whole cohort. +3 Necron Awakening, 4 damage is dealt, GBVR 86. Great choice, team. But there's no way we weren't picking a sit. There was no way we weren't picking a sit. Okay, this chamber displays... It's okay. Sorbical, don't never say sorry. That was fantastic. What a great time to swoop in and just pick a post. I love it. The chamber displays the regalia of a king, a scepter, a high crown, and a segmented orb. All displayed reverentially. The pull of these... Sorry, reverently. The pull of these magnificent objects is impossible to resist. But which one to take? Kingship. Take the crown, the symbol of royal lineage. Take the scepter, the symbolic weapon of a king, that's strength, or authority. Take the orb, emblematic of the right to rule. Kingship, strength, or authority. 1, 2, or 3. Tachyon is voting for authority. Mishaps is voting for authority. That's 2 votes for authority. That's 3 votes for authority because Breakfast is coming as well. We're picking authority. Extra Necrons will be in our next battle. One of the cohort holds the orb aloft. A tremendous light blazes from it, reaching through the whole tomb of Sarsgon. Every Necron in the tomb is made instantly aware of the cohort's location, and hundreds of warriors begin to converge to the chamber. As the light fades, the cohort becomes aware of the insanity in trying to take the orb. +3 Necron Awakening, Necron Initiative continues. It increases. So now they have the initiative advantage in combat. The tomb of Sarsgon is suffused with dark and troubling energy. Impossible to ignore even for tech priests with emotional dampening procedures. It is such a good game, Sorbical. It reaches a crescendo in this chamber, where the mirror-polished walls show reflections of hazy humanoid forms that aren't there. The cohort must deal with the unholiness of this place somehow. This is actually really heavily... This is really good, this is a really good dungeon crawl for, high-level Necrons. I'm loving it, because this is messed up and weird and doesn't make sense and unexplainable. Sensible, find a route around the cursed chamber. Mishaps is voted for swift, pass through the chamber briskly, ignoring the strange images and sensations. Or sacred, purify the chamber with incense. That's 2 votes for run, so we're going to go for swift. 3 votes for run. Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster in combat. The cohort hurries through the chamber, but the shadowy figures coalesce into greater darkness and they black out. When they return to consciousness a few moments later, the walls are riddled with gunfire and some of them are sporting new rad rifle wounds. They seem to have temporarily taken leave of their senses and opened fire on each other. One of our rangers has taken 4 damage. I don't think Dramatic works, Tachyon. I need to fix Dramatic. Dramatic is the only one that doesn't currently work. I forgot to fix that after the last stream. Okay, we are here. We're currently 2 steps from the end of this run. Okay, we've got a glyph. Glyph choices are...
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Dramatic will work on Twitch, it just doesn't work for the commands on YouTube. We've got an O, we've got an upside down T, or we've got a 7. OT or 7. Whichever one gets picked first is what I'm going to click on. Dratus should work? Is Dratus not working either? Okay, that's 2 votes for 7. Tachyon, I'm really sorry. The bot is being a little bit funny today. I know that WoW definitely works. Oh! What did we get? The more advanced Zenorite axe.
A blast feat to the Omnissiah's most blessed of weapons. This heretic tool generates a ghost. Yeah, good. Some stuff does work. A ghost-like field that falls around the power axe's edge, burning the very molecules within the air. Even some less fervent Xenorites refrain from wielding these contraptions for fear of the Omnissiah's wrath. You got a new axe, mishaps, for after this run? Okay, one last room to get through. Oh god, the Necrons got Sorbical. They just wrote, I can't remember and then the Necrons got them. The ornate decoration of the Tomb of Sargon reaches a crescendo in this chamber, with gilded Necron skulls looming down from every surface. It would be difficult to create a more oppressive place if one tried. Perhaps this decoration conceals something, or includes valuable materials. Do we seek? Search the chamber. There are plenty of places ornamentation for something to be hidden. Do we scavenge? Tear down some of the decorations in case it becomes material worth salvaging. Or do we sanctify? Conduct a prayer session in opposition to the forces of Xenos corruption. Surely concentrate in place. We've had one vote for scavenge from mishaps. Would anyone else like to vote? There's a vote for sanctify from Tachyon. So one vote for scavenge, one vote for sanctify. Whichever one gets 2 votes first is the one I'm going to pick. If we don't get any votes in the next couple of seconds, I will roll a d20 to pick our choice. I'm going to start a countdown. We've got 20 seconds. No, just the ancient temple I wish this stream's on. Be careful. I hope you said a prayer. Maybe the litany of rebirth or something. I'm aware, by the way, I'm just choosing the worst options. Oh, of course you are, mishaps. Okay, 10 seconds left on the vote. Okay, Sorbical came in with a scavenge vote. Oh god. Why is Serzagon saying this? Take pic captures of the image. It may prove valuable to study. Why is he saying this? Oh, I just realized you can't see my mouse. Extra Necrons in battle. One of the styloed Necron skulls animates as the cohort try to prise it from the wall and begins to speak. But it doesn't tell us what it says. Okay, we are finally at the end of the run. Time for the last fight in this particular plot thread. At 4 awakening level. Oh, this is a big map. Oh. Praetorian. Class power and use of dual Gauss weapon. Void Blade and Particle. We can't unfortunately see because there's a wall on the way. And Particle Casters. Strange. Signatures. Wave coming from the Xenos foe. Indeed. These weapons must be interfering with our Vox Casters. Quartermaster. Combos are a personal pleasure of yours. Any suggestions? Noospheric communication channels not affected. Weaponry can vibrate at frequencies higher. Hey, hello, Rensis, how's it going? At higher than our data devices are capable of understanding. Possible dimensional shifting. This has caused unpleasant communication issues between Imperial squads and our forward bases in Silver Tenebris. Too much talking. Frequency fixed. Use Noosphere. Intrigue. Most interesting. I wonder what distances can affect Voxcasters. Particle casters are able to disintegrate biological and synthetic material far faster than Gauss Tech, most common to Necrons. Warning. Likelihood of survival after grazing wounds is 9.0003%. Okay, there's some stuff going on here. Okay. Oh, this is wild. This is going to be a hard as hell fight. We've got a Tripartorian, Immortal, Deathmark, Immortal, Necron Destroyer, Immortal, Canoptic Acanthrite, Immortal, Spider, Vargard, and that's all we can see from here. This guy needs to die really quickly. The spider needs to die very, very quickly. We know how to kill the spider. We send mishaps after it. Oh, God. Team, we're screwed. Look at the initiative tracker. All of the Necrons get to go before us. This is extremely bad. Okay, we're going to have to put GBVR 86 in the back. Oh, my phone just activated. We're going to put Trog in the corner here. We're going to put Crash Test here. The problem is these things might have area effect attacks. I'm going to hope that's a decent layout. This is going to hurt. We'll see who makes it through. As long as we can survive this one round, we should be fine. I can fully heal everybody again. I just need to make it through this round of combat. Okay, he's a melee. I don't think he's going to make it in. And the spider is buffing this turn. It has not deployed a cannon or anything. Oh, no, it's landed. And it's spawned some babies. Oh, so this destroyer has an interesting paint job. The price of being king. Okay, he's going... Okay, I'll let these guys fly. Does he get a free attack? He does. Okay, 3 damage is fine. He's gonna get shot on Trog. Oh, it hit everybody. Got me a free cognition point though. Oh, also starting with no cognition points. Wonderful. Yeah, this is the guy with the crazy weapons. Through pain, I find wisdom. 1 damage. The death mark is a problem because he's a teleporting sniper. He's picked a weird angle to do Overwatch on. Okay, we're in the game. We're in the game. Okay, first things first, we're definitely calling in reinforcements. I'm going to bring in a Rust Stalker adjacent to this Immortal to pin it in close combat, deactivating its gun. And then we're going to give the Servo Skull to you. And what's the range on the Cog Canister? I don't think I can mess around with that. Let's activate Cognition Freedom. And we're going to shoot this guy with a Gauss Gamma pistol. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Got some cheating going on here. That's okay. We can deal with this. Let's see if the Cognition Mechadendrite does what I think it does. Can I pull 2 Cognition out of your body? I can. Interesting. Okay, the Cognition Mechadendrite is very powerful. We're gonna hit with the axe. He's now got acid damage on him. That's pretty much all that Toasted can do this turn. I could order an attack. I do think the range will also hit with the Infestus Mechadendrite, since we've got it. Okay, he's pretty much... I've done everything I can for him this turn. Okay, you're up next. Just hit this guy. Critical hit, nice. And that's all you can do. Keep him pinned in combat. Okay, GBVR 86. The first thing you need to do is heal everybody. Okay, good. Everyone's topped off. Then we're going to do... You're trapped in melee right now, but you can grab me a cognition point. And you can hit this guy with your axe. He's still alive, unfortunately. And we'll hit him with the Mechadendrite as well. Okay, he's finally down. He took a while to kill, but he is out. That's 1 down, and that's another cog point. That frees up your ranged attacks. This guy here, I think, is the biggest threat we now have facing us. So let's move you to here. Activate Cognition Freedom. And we'll shoot him with the Gauss Gamma pistol. And then I'm going to put you back into cover here. That's your turnover. Next up is Crash Test. I think what I want to do is I want Crash Test to murder this guy and the spider, which they should be able to do from here with no problem. We're going to use a Servo Skull to check this thing's armor. It has 6 energy armor. Okay, that kind of invalidates Crash Test completely. Because Crash Test's Plasma Culverin does base 8. You know what, I think it's still worth doing. So we're going to have to waste 1 cognition point. But we're going to use Blessings of the Omnissiah to gain 6. We're going to use Cognition Freedom. We're going to activate the Energy Enhancers. And we're going to use a Phosphor Blaster. No, the Culverin. Unfortunately, hasn't got the range to hit anybody else. So I can hit both of these. Or I could use the Blaster to hit all 3 of these. I think I'm going to Blaster first. Yes, it would have been much worse. Okay, that did an 8 critical damage to him. I think I'm going to fire the culverin as well. He's down. He's badly damaged. I'm not going to move Crash Test. That was a lot of cognition points, cog points I just used. Mishaps is now active. I'm going to bring Mishaps up into combat with this guy. We're going to use the Servo Skull to grab a cognition point. Now this guy has 9 hit points left. So we're going to activate Cognition Freedom, which will get us a free axe attack. And we're going to hit him with the axe. For 0 to 2 damage. What? Okay, we did 6 damage. That feels a little bit more like it. So he must have a lot. He's got 3 armor. Okay. But he is currently bleeding. There's nothing else Mishaps can do right now, so let's end the turn. Now it's Trog. Trog can grab me another cognition point. No. Trog will start off by moving to here, shooting this guy with a blast pistol, not getting the kill, which is frustrating. This thing has 1 health left. Let's Cognition Freedom. And we're going to shoot the spider with a Gauss pistol to kill it. Good riddance. And that deleted it, which is excellent. Then I'm going to move them here. And we're going to use a cognition thingy to get rid of that. Now I have 2 cog points right now that I can't make use of with this character. What I will do is I'll deploy the refractor field generator because I can. And I will use another cognition point just because I can to bring them up to here. And then we're going to activate overcharge cognition to fill the gauge. Service School gets 2 more cogs. What do you mean, Mishaps? Oh, yes, that's right. Their Service School gets more cogs. Collect all cog points. I need to remember that their one does that. We'll save that for next turn. Okay, that was the first turn. That could have gone a lot worse. Okay, I'm not going to deploy anybody. Although Rangers wouldn't be bad right now. I think I am going to deploy a Ranger. Okay. Toasted is up. I'm going to delay Toasted's turn. Because I want the Rust Stalker to go next. He's still alive, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. Right, next up is GPVR 86. I really... When is this vague? The Varguard needs to be deleted from existence. I don't want it coming back to life. Okay, it's gone. So when is the... So this guy doesn't look like he's going to activate before Mishaps. The initiative is settled. So let's just bring GPVR up to here. We're not going to spend any cog points on their turn. At the moment, the Necrons are a little bit confused and just hanging out down here, which I'm not upset about, if I'm being completely honest. What is the range on our Ranger? They can shoot from here. So we'll disable weapons on this Immortal. And then we'll zap him with the Galvanic Rifle. 4 damage crit, nice. And then we'll just pull him back out of... Actually, we'll just step into cover here. Okay, next up's Crash Test. I want to get Crash in a position where they can zap these guys. So let's put Crash... Ooh. I don't think Crash can hit all of them this turn. Unless I spend... And I want to wait for Cognition Freedom to be active for Crash Test anyway. So I was going to move Crash Test up to here. There's still 3 Immortals up there. And the Patriarch Praetorian. Okay, he's finally dead. He's going to die from fire damage no matter what he does at the end of his turn. Looks like he wasn't take out our Ranger, which isn't like the worst result for the team. 4 damage. That's not enough to kill him. And now you're dead. Dead to acid damage. Okay, Mishaps needs to get moving.
I'm kind of tempted to tuck Mishaps in here out of line of sight, so that next turn they can start cutting people open. Let's do that. Mishaps is so fast. Faster than a ranger. Oh, folks. I could flamethrower this turn. I could flamethrower and hit these two immortals at least. Let's let them collect up a little bit more, and then we'll flamethrower them. Okay, next up is Trog. Trog can get us 2 cognition points from this, which is pretty big. In terms of what else they can actually do for us this turn, there's not a huge amount. Let's get them to deal with this corpse. Don't want anyone coming back to life, thank you. And I'll just tuck them into cover. Well, that's going to use a cog point, though. We'll just leave them there. They should be fine. Okay. Deathmark fired, and he dodged. I don't think I've ever seen a dodge before. He is now here, overwatching in this direction. We need to watch out for that. Okay, Toasted is back up, because I delayed their turn. Let's just move them forward as far as they can go for now. Yeah, I know. It's like, I can flamethrower. No, I shouldn't flamethrower. Okay. Let's bring the other ranger in, so we've got more long-range DPS. It looks like, to me, that the destroyer is stuck here. But right now I've got quite a nice set of flamethrower targets. We just have to watch out that we don't activate the Overwatch. But I don't know how to tell if I've actually wanted into Overwatch range. I'm going to delay Toasted for now. The Rustalker, I'm just going to get to kill this corpse. And then get it to move. And it is fast as well. Okay, cool. GPVR 86. Get into... Just stay... I just want you to hang back a little bit at the moment. Let's delay your turn. Okay, that's... Okay. It's getting very... Oh, hello. Interesting. You just came to sit next to Mishaps. Let's shoot you a bit then. Okay, let's pull you back. You don't need to be so far forward as a ranger. That's Crash Test. Now, I don't have access to Cognition Freedom this turn, but this is a very tempting set of targets for a few of my special... I think I'm going to hold you for now. I want to go for the double flamethrower, if I can. 5 damage, nasty. Okay, we need to heal them up. They're taking a lot of damage here. This Guitar Ranger. Yeah, I'm thinking double flamer is the way to go here. In case he survives. Okay, we're up with Mishaps. Double Flamer's only going to hit these 3. If I can't hit this guy or these guys with the flamethrowers unless I like break through the... But I think I don't even think I need a move to hit. No, I do need a move. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just trying to work out what I'm going to hit and where I'm going to hit it with. So let's step to here. Activate the Physical Enhancer. We don't have Cognition Freedom this turn, unfortunately. But we do have the Incendiary Combustor. Let's see, did we not get hit this? Okay, so that's 2 damage to that. Now I could Flamethrower again. Or I could put Mishaps here in cover. Pin these 2 in melee combat. And hit one with an axe and save some cognition points. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Mishaps to here. Okay, this one at the back is quite low on health. So I'm going to hit this Immortal with my axe. He's now on fire and has acid. I'm pretty sure he's dead. He has 4 health left. I could just hit him with this to guarantee his death. He's going to die on his next turn. He may get to attack first. This guy has had his ranged weapon disabled, so there's nothing he can really do. Let's send the Servo Skull to grab a cognition point, though. And that's Mishaps' turn for now.
Okay, Trog's back up. Trog can't do a ton here. But let's step to here. We will fire the blast pistol for full damage at this guy. And then we'll step back into cover. That's all they can read. Actually, let's move Trog up to here. What's the death mark going to do? Well, that's just rude. That is the rudest thing I've ever seen. Where do you get off doing stuff like that, death mark? Well, I think I'm going to harvest some cognition points from you then. Is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move Toasted to here. And then we're going to stab him with a Cognition Mechadendrite for 2 cognition points. And then we're going to hit him with the axe. That's him acided. That forces him to phase shift away, which brings him back there. Okay. Wasn't expecting that outcome. And he's watching this direction as well. Let's just move. If I put Toasted... Do we have Cog... No, we don't have Cog Freedom on Toasted. I'm just going to put Toasted into cover for the moment. Or do I want to take the Volkite Blaster shot? Actually, I think I want to take the Volkite Blaster shot. Okay, we've got the Volkite Blaster active. That's 8 damage on him. He's now acided and on fire. I don't think I need to shoot him with anything else. And the Servo Skull is still on him. I don't want to switch the Servo Skull to anyone else, so we'll just grab a cognition point with it. And it should go back to him. Yeah, it does. Good. And that's the end of your turn. Okay, now it's GPVR 86. We need to do something about this guy. Let's put you in melee with him. And hit him with the axe for 1 cognition point. Okay, that killed him. Excellent. And got me a cognition point. So that's the sniper dealt with. Which is good. And then you can grab another cognition point from over here. We're getting through this. We're almost there. Nothing else you can do this turn. I could do a distant prayer just to top you up, which I think I will do. And end your turn. Now it's back to Crash Test. I think I want Crash Test to try and deal with these guys. So I want to bring Crash... Oh, Crash actually has a shot this turn. No, we're going to wait for Cognition Freedom. I'm just going to move Crash Test to here. There's a chance that the Destroyer could hit them, but they can tank that hit if they do. No, he doesn't have a shot. Okay. Toasted is active. I'm going to delay Toasted's turn. The Rust Stalker is active. Let's just bring it to here. Hold GPVR 86 right now. The Ranger has a shot. Okay, he's down. And we got a cog point for that, which is great. Okay, we now have Crash Test. From here, Crash doesn't have it. Oh, I think from... I don't think I'm going to be able to hit both of them from here. I'm going to see if I can before I do anything else. I can hit both of them with the Culverin. Okay, we're going to go Cognition Freedom. We're going to go Energy Enhancer. We're going to go Energy Enhancer. And then we're going to fire the Culverin at these two. Unknown damage. And then I can hit both of them with the blaster, and I'm going to do that too. Okay, they're both almost dead. They were so close to dying. Okay, and then for the rest of their turn... oh, I can't actually get up. Oh, you can't actually get up there. I was going to send them up there to get the cog points, but you can't actually do that. Is there no way up there? Or is it just because they needed... No, you can't get up on that platform. Huh. Alright, that's a bit of a red herring. That's the end of their turn anyway. They did a great job. Do you have a shot, Immortal? You do. Okay. This immortal has a shot, but it's going to die after it takes the shot because of the acid and the fire damage. Right? Yeah, acid damage, fire damage, and it's dead. Okay, so it's just these two left alive. Oh, he just came back in one turn? Crap. That's not good. Mishaps may go down here. No, he decided to shoot at the ranger. Oh, 1 health. Yeah, that might be Crash's problem. You're a good point, Mishaps. They may just not be able to climb stairs. I was not expecting that instant reanimation protocol. Let's take we're going to take a few risks here. This is actually a threat right now. I'm going to remove this from the battle. And that's your movement done. Okay, you can't afford to fight right now, Mishaps. Let's see if GPVR 86 has their heal available before I make any decisions. How much health does this guy have? 4 health. We've got Cognition Freedom. We can kill him with the Gauss. Okay. Cognition Freedom. I have 3 HP, which means I can attack twice. Yes, I guess that does mean you can attack twice. Shoot them with a Gauss Gamma Pistol. Okay, he's out of the fight. Since you do die and you do come back. But I don't want that to I don't have to do that if I don't have to. Let's grab 2 cog points from here. Alright, that's going to be your turn, I think. Let's activate the Refractor Field Generator just in case. Oh, the Destroyer has a shot on Mishaps. The Destroyer did 1 damage to Mishaps. I honestly thought that was GG. I thought Mishaps was dead. No joke, I thought that was it. Alright, we've got Cog Freedom. How much? Okay, you're about to die. I'm just going to fire the Gauss Gamma Pistol at you. Okay, he's gone and obliterated. I forgot how little health these guys had. I'm working on the assumption that they had like 1 million health. Okay, do you have... You do have Benediction available. Fantastic. I almost said Fan-Dabby-Dozy. Mishaps happen around mishaps. They do. Mostly for the enemy, though. Nice big heals. Great work, GPVR86. I knew I kept you around for a reason. That will do for your turn this turn. Alright, Mishaps. I know you want to do it. Go and kill the Destroyer for me. Axe it a question. Alright. That's it dead. Let's get everyone to the location point. We've won the fight. We just have to do the boring bit of moving everybody now. But the quicker we do it, the faster this fight will be over. Do we have... yeah, I'm going to grab cog points for more people to dash. Flamethrower came in clutch again. I love that tech priests are these like slow, clunky, like they don't look scary, but when you get them this heavily augmented, it doesn't matter that they're slow and clunky, and they're just insane. And this is like, we don't have access to teleporters and refractor fields and all the really crazy tech that the Mechanicus have up their sleeves, because there's some wild stuff that they have out there. Okay, that's the end of the mission. We're going to take a hit for our rangers and stuff being damaged, but that's fine. I'm really happy we got through that. I thought when I saw the opening that was going to go really badly. The cohort locates a set of inscribed grave markers. Cluster. Oh, thank you, Takeon. You're ready with that. Yeah, exactly. Clustering around an image of Lord Sarsgon. They transmit the runes inscribed on them to Casus Metallicon, where Teresis can make use of them. This is it, Magos. The whole Tesseract Vault can now be translated. The whole history of the Necrons is ours. The knowledge belongs to all mankind's xenobiologists. Whatever the case, our fight against the aliens shall benefit from what we have achieved here. The Necrons were created by folly and jealousy, regret and betrayal. They shall have no fear for us when their secrets are laid open. Then complete your work, Tyresis. Just remember the dangers of what you were warned. Let this knowledge be quarantined, like the emotions I indulge to let you acquire it. I think they rebuild themselves every time. Spider's worth 35. Yeah, you've definitely been shifted thesis by now. Oof. Oof. That is a problem. We're at 64% Necron Awakening now. But there's a new deployment available for him? The 7th seal. The being known as the Sufferer has emerged from the Tesseract. Destroy it before it reaches full power and eliminates the Casus Metallicum. The reward is at the high-powered Omniscient Axe. There's a Canoptic Wraith, a Necron Heavy Destroyer, Necron Varguard, Triarch Praetorian, Cryptek, Lich Guard, Necron Destroyer, and Triarch Praetorians. We're not going to do this mission tonight because it's bedtime for me, but that's definitely what we're going to be doing next time. What I do want to do is give Mishaps their new Zenorite Axe. Oh, actually, you actually, for the first time in a long time, don't have enough augmentation slots for this. So we're going to have to downgrade. Well, I actually want to give you level cognition mechadendrites anyway. They're far more your style. And we'll give you this Zenorite Axe. That does look pretty funky. Difficulty easy, that seems untrue. Yeah, next time on Mechanicus. Who else is using... So you've got a Power Axe. Do you have a free slot? I can downgrade this to a level 1 Cognition Mechadendrite and give you this. That looks cool. You're using an Omniscient Axe. I don't have the slots for you to take that. Although, honestly, do you need 2 level 2 Infestus Mechadendrites? I think you could get away with 1 level 1 Infestus Mechadendrite, 1 level 1 Cognition Mechadendrite, and the best axe in the game. You don't get melee weapons. Toasted is using an Omniscient Axe. Let's just remove the Infestus Mechadendrite and give them the Zenorite Axe. And that's everybody. Okay, cool. There's still some level up. Yeah, the first Mechanicus mission was an absolute joke. Alright, so we have all of this. We also have all of these other deployments that we're falling behind on. So we need to get on top of these as well. Scaveolo has actually been complaining that we haven't been doing their missions. So we probably should get back to those at some point. But for now, I'm going to end the stream there. It looks like Twitch has actually worked for the whole stream, which is phenomenal. I'm so happy that that seems to be working. But for now, we're going to end there. And I'm going to have to select end the stream on 2 different things. So you're going to see my desktop for a second. So bing. And then din. And that should be stream is ending on both streams. Again, chat not loading on Twitch. We'll have to look into why that is happening. But apart from that, this has been a pretty successful stream. My computer has been able to handle it. The question is whether it'll be better on a more demanding game or not. That's the big question. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. I want to make the Thursday streams a bit more of a thing, and I know they're like not quite as popular as the Terra and Victor streams, but we'll find some games that everyone enjoys. I'm really enjoying playing this game. I'm really looking forward to Mechanicus 2. I'll definitely be picking it up when it comes out, just based on how good this has been. It's kind of turning into Warhammer Thursdays, which I'm not too upset about, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get some sleep. Thank you all so much for your time tonight. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next stream. Ciao for now.